Hello everybody! We are going to be doing some swatching today, if the title of the video didn't immediately give it away. But you may be wondering, Jess, haven't you already done your swatching? Why are we doing this again? Well, I love my swatches and my Tombows, for instance. I love that, this is kind of set up in a way that mimics the actual container that I have for my Tombows, so very helpful. My acrylograph ones are okay, like they tell me what packet things came in, so if I use one of the pens in a setup, I can kind of link back to a particular pen set. But oftentimes, when I go looking for a pen, I'm not looking for, like, oh, what was in the tropical pack kind of a thing. I'm also looking for, what do I have in a green? So I have to go through every single one of these to find the green that could kind of fill the need. Similar idea for the Karen markers, the Stettlers, the calligraphs, like all of these being separate is fine in the fact that for storage purposes, I do keep these separate. But when it comes to actually finding a pen of a certain color, that's not really ideal. So I wanted to do swatches that had effectively all of the pens of the same color together. So if we have a look, I've already set up red, and I did start doing this like yonks ago, like quite a while ago. But the idea is that I want all of my red pens swatched out on this page so that when I go looking for a red, I can just come here and find the perfect red, regardless of which type of pen it is. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. I see everybody is saying hello in the chat. It is such a pleasure to have you here. I hope you are ready for what is probably going to be a long video because I just started pulling out my pens and yeah, there are a few, so we might be here for a while. I have ahead of time set up these kind of like little swatch ladders, as I call them. I'm hoping that there's going to be enough on these pages because like with this column and that column, we have 69 per spread. So red, orange, we have yellow, green, which like the lettering on this one kind of trips me up because this looks weird. Like I like having the mix of the all caps and lowercase and whatever. Like the two L's next to each other looks fine in my brain. But the E and the E, I'm like, maybe if the lowercase was first, I don't know. But we have green. We have blue, purple. We have pink. We have brown and grayscale. So this is going to be like black, white, gray, anything in that kind of realm. Now, there may be some pens that get doubled up as part of this process because, I mean, if we flip back to the Tombow, say, some people call N60 a purple, whereas some people would just consider it a gray. Similar idea with like N52. It's very kind of blue toned, but it's still a gray. So I could put it in grayscale, or I could put it in blue, or I could put it in both, which is probably more likely what's going to happen. I was kind of conflicted about how to go, what's the word? It's Monday morning, guys. There's going to be a lot of this. Go with a certain kind of like sequence of doing like, let's do all the reds first, let's do all the oranges, rah rah. But I feel like that seems a little impractical. So what we're going to do instead is start with like a set type of pens. So do all of the Tombows for all of the color pages. Do all of the Crayola super tips for all of the pages. For some of our pens, we are going to have to actually sort them into their color families before we start swatching because they just get stored in like a giant bucket of pens. Whereas the Tombows are very nice because they're already like, they're in a carry case. Like it's just to the side here, main carry case. So they are already kind of set up in their color families based on how they're placed in the box. That one's not so bad. But yeah, some of the other ones are just stored kind of in a giant bundle and will have to be sorted out. Now, we flip on back here. You can see I do have like a lot of space here, so I could write pen names down, but I mean, like, for instance, with the Tombows, I know every single one of those pens has a name, but I never refer to them by name. I only refer to them by their, like, code, their number kind of a thing. So those ones we've just put in as, like, T for Tombow and then the pen kind of number. Similar idea with the Crayolas. Now, the Crayola Super Tips don't actually come with, like, proper numbers, which is really unfortunate because Crayolas pretty onto it with actually naming their pens, or at least like naming their crayons. So you would have expected that the super tips would have some, but like, yeah, that could be something that they improve in future. But I had to go and number them all myself, which was a tedious process because my label maker stickers are not that sticky. Yeah, if you're gonna label your Crayolas, just don't do what I did because it was just painful. But yes, so to start, let's see. I think that the Tombow is going to be the safest place to start, mainly because they're in the pen holder, like I said before, and I've also already done the red ones, so might as well just go along with those. Flip. There's going to be a lot of flipping back and forth in this while I check, like, oh, is this actually an orange or is that a yellow? There we go. Don't forget to check on occasion that you're still watching the video live. Yeah, sometimes YouTube just likes to lag on the video, and then you guys get all out of sync, which is like, no fault of your own. It's more like YouTube. What's your damage? All right, so if we're going with orange, should we swatch and then number, or number and then swatch? I think we're going to number and then swatch because it'll just be easier that way. So oranges for me are very much in this kind of region down here, maybe from 946 to 905. I don't really consider 885 to be an orange. It's kind of like a very burnt orange, I guess you could say, but I probably wouldn't call it that. Yeah, that's much more of a red, 885 is. So I feel like I need to bring up a reference of this on my computer so I don't have to keep flipping back and forth. I do actually have this chart and my sequencing of the pens as a printable. It's somewhere. It's on my Patreon. It's not like patron exclusive. Like you can get it even if you're not one of my patrons, but it's sometimes things aren't readily findable on Patreon, which is kind of frustrating. Alrighty, where am I looking for this? We need to go to my folder that has my swatches. I think, yeah, it would be cool to set some of these up for other pens as well, like maybe set one up for the Crayolas too. The only problem is obviously that, like, because they don't come numbered, I can't just, give you the numbers in a set sequence and be like, there you go, be on your way, because your ordering of pens might be different to mine for one, but also you might just number your pens differently, so that might not help quite as much. Alrighty, other printables, printable, Tombow jewel brush, markers, swatch, numbered. Boom. Alrighty. Now as I've got that up, I can start writing things out. 025. Yeah, see, 025 is like my go-to yellow. Like, I consider that to be a golden yellow more than an orange. But it's also the kind of thing that, like, it really depends on what you're pairing stuff with. Because I know that when I've seen it used in some people's videos, for instance, like the colors that they're pairing it with, it does make it look very much more like an orange. Okay, where did I write the T here? I wrote it right next to it. Okay, so I think there's going to be 9 oranges. T. Let's just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Excellent. That's going to be 9, 4, 6. I'd love to know, what are you guys doing while you're watching this? Like, are you using it to swatch your pens as well, or are you working on something else, or are you just pottering in your journal, or just hanging out with some cool peeps in the chat? Of course, if you're here on the replay, then it's just the comments below rather than, I suppose, the chat. But I don't know, maybe you're part of a watching party. You guys are all just like sitting around, watching some swatching, having a good time. Alrighty, 910, 991. I think I've ordered this in the wrong way already. 933, 925, and 905. So when I set up my swatch for my Tombows, if we just flip back for a second, I set it up so that it's kind of like a snaking formation. So it's like you would start here, go down, and then over, and then up, and then over, and then down, and then over. So if you laid this track out, in theory, it would kind of be a nice continuous gradient kind of a thing. Ooh, testing out tea stained paper, fun. It was a really good, enjoyable experience, I felt. Like, it honestly made my entire office smell like bubble tea, but I think it really worked quite well. Oh, we're not distracting you from your working, Monica. That'd be mighty unfortunate. Oh, yep, setting up our planner, working on the week 5 prompt. Love it. I hope that people are enjoying the Year of Planning challenge because I have been enjoying it. I haven't necessarily been sharing all of my pages just because the way that my Insta schedule has worked, but it's still been really cool getting to see other people's creations. So one of the things that when I was setting up these pages, I was kind of wondering was like, oh, is having a 1/2 centimeter box going to be big enough? Because, you know, to actually get a true feel for the color, should I have given myself more space? But I'm like, if you're taking up more space, you're probably gonna need more pages to swatch because, oh, you have a fair few pens, Jessica. There you go. I think that writing the numbers out first has done well because I can kind of check as I go. So I'm like, oh, yep, is this 910? Yes, it is. We can put it down for 910. I'm pretty sure that the color for 910, or maybe one of the colors around 910, is listed on the Tombow website as opal. And I'm like, yeah, when I think of opals, I don't think about orange. Not typically. I usually think about blues and greens. Or if it's a fire opal, maybe then I'd think of orange, but more so I'd think of black. So, working on your bujo, checking out what I'm doing. Why, thank you. Thank you for coming to check things out. 993. One of the nice parts also about having my Tombow swatch done in the way that I store my pens is that for some of my favorite pens, this number rubs off eventually because, I don't know, maybe I'm just aggressive, but over time you can see that it completely disappears. So to actually have them, like, you know, you have a set home in the Tombow storage unit, and I have effectively a map of where the things are. It means that I actually know what your color is, even when your number rubs off. So all is well. And I could get out my crappy label maker. I could label them again, but I don't want to. It's the kind of thing that if I use it so much that the number rubs off, the pen's probably going to run out and I'll just have to buy another one anyways. So I don't see there being much point in, you know, labeling them just to then have to replace them not too long after. Yeah. Oh no, it sucks when they rub off like too soon and you've still got to use them for quite a while. Oof. Never swatch all your things because it's daunting. Completely understand. I've been putting this off for a long while. So we've done the oranges and the reds, and I think for the reds I only did 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I must have done 8, 3, 7 as a red, though you could technically also call it a pink. It's very much kind of like a burgundy-esque kind of color. Ooh, the acrylographs. Yeah, we'll get to those eventually. Does the stand make the pens dry quicker? Technically speaking, yes. Technically, you are, I think, supposed to store Tombows horizontal if you want them to last longer. So every so often, I just put the lid on my pen case and flip it upside down and just leave it for a couple of days. Which works really well, if I'm honest. It worked surprisingly well, considering I didn't, you know, considering how often they are stored upright or vertical. Having them upside down for as long as they were was like, you know, not too bad. 873 would probably be considered an orange, so we'll put 873 in there too. Good point. So Tombow 873 cute, which is this guy, which is like a kind of like coral kind of color. It's very pretty. I used this one typically when I'm doing kind of like peachy colored kind of color palettes. That's looking pretty good. Yeah, I have several on the brink of dead Tombows. Yeah, my Tombows that are on the brink of dead are just like sitting in this box here. They're all sitting upside down, so hopefully all the ink will run to the end that I need them. You can see like this one here was my favorite orange, and it's that weird thing that, like, I obviously have a replacement for it now. Do I really need to keep this? But I have trouble letting things go when they were pricey. It's the kind of thing I'm like, I really want to use it, like, to death before I give it away, or, you know, give it away to the bin, I suppose. I'm not going to, like, do a giveaway for my sad used, like, dried out pen. Dear. But yeah, I just, I have trouble letting things go like that, so Oh, well. Yeah, exactly. Waste not, want not, that kind of thing. So we've got the orange and the extra orange. We've got the red. So we're going to move on to the realm of pink, which is considerably larger. I might need to see, because I don't even really consider this to be a pink. I consider 803 to be more of a pink than 873. So putting that here in my Tombow swatch was like choices. Probably better deserved to be over here somewhere. I think it's the number 8 that kind of tripped me up, because all of the 8s in here are like reds into the realm of pink, and then like, you know, pink here. And then the 7s are mainly like the actual pink colors, and then the 6s are mainly the purples. So shadow boxer, all used and expensive markers, literally. Literally that. So that's where my, you know, retired markers go. The ones that like I'm not gonna end up using because I'll just use the new ones, but like it's tricky. Letting things go is hard. So pink, we're doing 803, 800, 850, and then across to here, possibly the 763. It's kind of like a cross between a pink and a purple. It's like a very blue pink. So I'll probably put that in as well. Preston has been watching. I'm glad that you're watching along with me. Yeah, it's the same. Like, I've had this set up since some point last year and just had not gotten around to it. So I know that this is going to be such a valuable resource, though. That's why I really, really wanted to do it, because, again, if I'm going looking for a pen, I'm usually going to go looking for a color, not for a specific brand. But because my Tombows are the ones that are the best, like, set out, I suppose, they're all the ones, these are the ones I, like, gravitate towards. Whereas I really would like to start using my, like, Karen markers more, or my Crayola Super Tips more. I mean, the Crayola Super Tips for, I don't know, maybe coloring, they're not so bad. But I find them to be not like streaky, but they have more of that kind of problem where if you go over them, like 2 pieces of color right next to each other, they have that darkening effect. Like the Tombows do that too, don't get me wrong. But they also have like a kind of ink dump at the end of a stroke, which bothers me. And it's kind of noticeable on certain types of paper. So that's kind of bothersome. But that could be user error, so who knows. 850 and excellent. So then we'll do it 1, 2, 3, 4, starting by 7, 6, 1. Okay, so now I can use the reference that I have on the computer. Whole box of Karen markers for free. Oh, what? I mean, I got them for free in the sense that Vogel bought them for me for Christmas. Does that count? Nope, still had to pay for it. It does not count. Let's see, 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3 and just checking. Yeah, see, that's the thing. If you use the Karen markers in your journal like this, it does not take a lot of effort for them to bleed. So that's something that I also worry about with using them, which is part of the reason why I possibly don't use them as much as my other markers. So, you know. Well, the Super Tips have been trying to use them to create highlighted lines. Yeah, you have to hold them just right. I think that that's the thing that I find, that like when I do the highlighted lines, I really like to do very light colors, because I, despite the way it looks, do not actually have super consistent lines in terms of width and general direction. So having a light color means that it kind of hides some of that jankiness, I suppose you could say. Because yeah, I like doing the every second line highlighted thing, because it looks pretty cool. But at the same time, if they're too wobbly or too noticeably wobbly, it would bother me a lot. So using the light colors kind of hides that, which is good. 5, 75, 7, 4, 3, and 6, 7, 3, 7, 2, 3, and 703. Very good. Oh, I'm sorry that you hated that book. Yeah, someone buy you something that you asked for. I didn't buy it. Yeah, doesn't show up in the bank statement. It was not real spending. Exactly. That's how it works, right? That's how the world works. I don't know. I think the thing is that, like, I mean, I think that the time he bought it, we weren't sharing a bank account, so like technically, I guess it's a gift. It wasn't me spending, I suppose. But now 800 is super flippin' pale, so I might try and use a bullet tip or just go over a couple times to kind of develop the color. It's that kind of balancing act of like, I really want this to be a true representation of what one stroke of the pen is, kind of, but at the same time, I would like to be able to actually see what the color is. So like 850 is more of a kind of warm tone, very pale pink, whereas 800 is more of a kind of cool tone, very pale pink. 761 is hiding. So this is another issue that I have with the swatching, is that some of my pens are not in their cases because they're being used for other things. Because when I'm using a pen for a month, I'll like pull it out of where it's usually stored and put it into my pencil case so that I have all of the materials together. So that's helpful. New to Bujo, first markers purchase of 36 colors of Sharpie super fine tips. Ooh, yeah. I haven't used I have used a Sharpie pen before, but I can't remember what it was called. And it was many moons ago now, so I feel like they have a much bigger range than since I used the Sharpie pens. 817. I love this pink. It's super pretty. I actually really love pink. I know we've talked about it on the channel before, but I used to kind of be very against pink because in my mind I'm like, that's a girly color. I'm like, wow, okay. Closeted misogyny. You know, just because something is even seen as girly doesn't mean it's inherently bad. And even then, I'm like, why you gotta gender a color? What you go doing with that? I look back on some of past Jess's decisions. I'm just like, oh, sweet child, what are you doing? Why you say these things? This is a pretty color too. I think we swatched this in the red. No, we swatched 837 because that one's much more red. Yeah, see, it's that thing. I'm like, I think the pink gets unnecessarily hated on in a way. It's like, you know, it's allowed to like, okay, you're allowed to feel how you want to feel. Let's put it that way. But I'm like, I feel like some people hate on pink unnecessarily. It's like, you're allowed to just have no opinion about it. You can just be like, it's not really my thing. Rather than being like, I hate pink. Everything pink is awful. Pink is the devil's color. Okay, I don't think anybody's out there saying that pink is the devil's color, but still. I have come to appreciate pink in my, olderness? What's the word? In my adult years. Whatevs. Oh yes, I can tell that pink is your fave, Mo. Like, I very much appreciate the pink aesthetic of your workspace. It's very pretty. There we go. Cute. There we go. I think that the nice part about the Tombows is they do have fairly good range. Maturity. Thank you. There we go. I'm glad that there's you know, that idea of like having multiple different shades of things. But I do feel that like some of them are a little bit similar. Like this kind of little range of pinks, I think that maybe 815 and 743 are possibly a little too similar. Yeah. My opinion on pink has matured. Yes, there we go. I have matured and I have a better opinion of pink. I have a newfound appreciation. I feel like in my adult years, I've also decided that like I need to catch up on lost time for pink. like, you know, you spend all that time being unnecessarily against it. It's like the whole like, I'm not like other girls. I'm like, bleh, bleh. Like, let's not do that. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, look at the little pink spectrum. It's so cute. There we go. Alrighty, looking sweet. Writing March 2020. Oh, you've been writing since March 2020. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's interesting to see, like, you know, the things that we're actually able to stick with over a longer period of time versus the stuff that kind of like, you know, comes and goes and stuff in terms of our likes and dislikes. Alrighty, in terms of the purples, I don't personally consider N60 to be a purple. I do very much consider it to be a gray. So 50 Shades of Pink. And I'm like, oh, girls, yeah, all your girls and me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, I consider that to be a purple. Some may say it is more pink. I mean, it's like a pinkish purple, but it's still much more of a purple tone. Magenta. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Excellent. I do have a purple set up, right? Oh gosh, I was so worried for a second. Where did it go? We need purple. Otherwise, what's even the point of swatching? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. And thank you to those of us who contributed in our poll. It seems that the blue-green combo was the favorite. Of course, if I was able to put more options in the poll, I would have put more options in the poll, but they only let you have 4. Very unfortunate. Yeah, pink and purple. Yeah, you know, right? You used to be a purple girl. I mean, I'm really into purple, but the thing is that, like, purple is... it's one of those colors, like, I love purple. It is my favorite color. I do consider it to be my favorite color. But I do sometimes wonder, because I've held it as my favorite color for such a long time, I'm like, did I just decide that purple was my favorite color to be different? I don't know. I think that, like, don't get me wrong, I do love purple. I think purple is a lovely color. There are some really lovely shades of purple. But I do sometimes wonder, I'm like, did I make this part of my personality because I just wanted to be different? While everybody else is like, my favorite color is blue. I'm like, and I don't know why I'm even pulling that kind of like voice, but I wonder if that was maybe why I decided that purple was my favorite. But having said that, although I like purple, like, you know, favorite color, I don't like purple things, which is maybe a little odd. I don't like things in my house to be purple. I'd much prefer things in my house to be navy blue, gray, and mustard. Like, that would be more of my, like, home aesthetic color palette. But yeah, but purple is still considered in my mind whole to be my favorite. So it's just an interesting, like, you know, you can have a favorite color, but you don't necessarily use it for certain things. Like, purple may be the favorite, but I don't really dress in purple. I mean, I like pretty much only dress in black. You know, if you've ever seen any of my videos where I appear on camera. 6, 2, 3. And we scroll and we scroll and we scroll. 620. 603 and 606. Cute. Nice. Yeah, your favorite color changes. Nice. Yeah, my mum is very much of the opinion that, like, all of the colors are her favorite colors. I'm like, don't even lie, Mum. Your favorite color is orange. But she does use a lot of colors and a lot of different stuff. She's a quilter, so she uses all the colors. Oh, that is a beautiful purple. Gorge. And there are certain Tombows that I have that are very much my favorite colors, and this is my favorite purple. Like, that I use it for any of the kind of, like, what's the word? Like, anytime I do anything that has a rainbow palette, this is the purple that I gravitate towards. Yeah, capsule wardrobe. That's eventually what I have. 6, 7, 6. Pink and red, nice. I think it's the thing, like, you know, favorite color is one of those questions that I think gets asked a lot because it seems very, like, innocent, I suppose, as a question, and I guess effectively it is. But it's one of those stuff, like, you don't have to have a favorite color either. You're allowed to, like, not have an opinion. You're like, I like colors. Colors are good. Like, I think that more so even than having a favorite color, I would possibly go as far to say, like, I have favorite color combinations, like certain pairings or, like, trios of color that I'm just like, oh, that's beautiful. So, like, one of my favorite color combos is this one and this one together. I think that's a really pretty color combination. You could also mix it with, like, a pale gray, and I'm just like, oh, you're so gorgeous. Now we put it away because we don't want to get too distracted. There we go. Purple. Yeah. You didn't choose it. You inherited it. I love that. You grew up in a grape. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you can say that white's your favorite color and just mean all colors. I mean, because I know that, like, there was a period of time, there probably still is, where people go like, oh yeah, black is my favorite color, and they go like, it's not a color, it's a shade. I'm like, get out. Just let people enjoy things. There we go. Share the numbers for those colors. Alrighty, I'll grab them out again in a second. This was 623, though the thing is completely worn off because I use it a lot. And I got, see, this is frustrating because I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm using this one for my travel journal. Yeah, I will be, because that goes in there. So I need to make sure that I don't get them confused, because this one's a lot more of a blue purple. I say a lot more, like you can probably barely tell on camera. I'm like, oh my god, yeah, it's like so different, guys. It is different though. So coming back to the color combo from before, this is 817. We have 192 and N89. I think that's a very nice color combination. So this is my little book of scribbles. This is where I put swatches when I'm doing those theme videos and stuff, and I need to pick my pens out so that I can, you know, find combinations that are actually going to work together and stuff. So it's very messy, but let's see. This is when I was figuring out my gradient for the what's the theme that I had last year? Sunset theme. But this kind of color combo I quite like as well. I think it's quite pretty. But it's like the blue, the kind of like punchy yellow, and the gray. The plaid one was pretty too. Let's see. I quite like the Hero's Quest as well. Like these three, well, the 757, the 528, and the 947. That one's quite good. My book of scribbles, yes. That was a cute color palette too. This one was actually quite nice, which was like not something I'd typically gravitate towards, but I actually did quite like it. What else? Tiny duck. I quite like the library's color palette. I'm those kind of jewel colors, very pretty. And Potato Lovers was nice too. Maybe take out the black and replace it with a pale gray instead, but that was pretty cute. And this color palette I really like as well. Guys, I'm supposed to be swatching my pens. Why did you get me distracted? I was just going to swatch this one for you. So, yeah, go sit over there. That's like kind of dusty pink color. And then a kind of like almost like sagey kind of green. And then I just like to have a light gray. And this one in particular is like a warm light gray. I think that works quite well together. Distraction count 1. Days without incident 0. There we go. And we'll put those back. But isn't that pretty? I know that this is probably a little hard to tell just because of, you know, camera and stuff. But I promise you that it is different. Yeah, add that to your mod responsibilities. Make me stay on track. Distracting Jess is my main purpose. No! 8 hours later. So we finished swatching orange. All right. So purple 603. Boink. Beautiful. But yeah, color combinations and finding color combinations, either ones that like work for a particular theme or, you know, are just gorgeous in general. I'm like, makes my soul happy. But there are our purple Tombows. So far, which one have we had the most of? I think it was probably the pinks, right? So like purple had 9-ish. Scroll. Orange had a little chunk. Red had like barely any. And that's probably why I struggle finding red so much. And then pink's just like, whoop, there it is. So, love it. Moving on to blue. So blue is going to be a big one. Okay. 403. I feel like on camera it comes off as more of a blue than it possibly is, but I'm not even sure. I wonder if I can hold this up for you. Let's see. I'm gonna. So the question is 403 a green or a blue or a both? I'm tempted to say it's not a both, but I don't really know which side I'd put it in. Because 373, like, I would consider that to be more of a green color. but the 403 I'm a little conflicted on. Like 443 is very much a blue, but 403, Uh-oh, Britta's calling for a poll. All right. So, start a poll. Obviously, if you're in the replay, we will have swatched it by the point you see this, but you know, you can still put your 2 cents in it. Let's go see. So, is it a blue, or is it a green, or is it a both? And you could say neither, but it's not in the poll. Like, what was it? 403. There we go. Ask the community. The poll is live. So eventually, by the time you see this, maybe it will already be up. But yes, tiny poll. Okay, we've got 1 for both, 100% both. Oh, we've got a good portion of blue, 50% blue. Oh, no, it's 46%. Oh, gosh, oh my God, it's still changing. We have 45 votes so far. Oh, no, 59 votes. It's 49% on blue. Green isn't coming in good. Okay, so it's probably not a green. Let's go for a blue or a both. Oh, no, it's going to be blue. 51% on blue. Again, I couldn't be a sports commentator. Bring it back up to the camera. Okay. There we go. It's a very pretty color, though. It's truly, truly gorgeous. Yeah, auctioneer Jess. I know, right? I was always very impressed with how quickly they spoke, but I feel like it's just because they're reiterating random information, and they've probably, you know, much better practice than me. Yeah. Dun 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 dun. Blue with an undertone of green. I feel like it's a fair split between whether it's a both or if it's a blue. I feel like, see, it's one of those things that I consider blue to be like a kind of like weird pure color. Like pure is probably not the word that I actually mean, but it's more like, you know, because it's a primary color, I consider there to be like, if there is a twinge of yellow in there, then it's no longer a blue. Which feels very much like line in the sand, thou shalt not pass kind of a thing. But I don't know. I think that that's probably where I there we go. Turn that back on so now it'll not focus on my hands, because otherwise when we do stuff it goes like, huh, what am I focusing on? So you know, the poll has said that it's not green. Okay. That's you guys made some choices. Alrighty, 4-3 is definitely a shade of blue. Okay. Fine. I think that it looks more greenish on person. In person is the word that I meant. Hi, Steph. Just do a color wheel. Yeah. No, I want them to be separate. Siloed. So, let's see. Blue at least starts at, because I mean, people could argue that 565 is a purple. Where's my swatch book? I shouldn't have put you away. Come back, my child. Because it also could be just because it's like sitting in amongst other colors. So we'll do a little scribble test. A little scribble test. Okay. So this is 403. By himself, I feel like he does look more blue, doesn't he? And then the other one that I was looking at was 565, just to check that it's not purple. Because you could argue that 565 is purple. Just checking that it's actually 565 and I'm not talking schmack. So to put it in context of things that are actually blue, 515 is actually blue. And something that would be genuinely considered green. Because despite what it may look like, that is much more green. 407. And I mean, like, obviously this is green. Smiley face. Little scrib. You guys reckon this is more of a purple? Alrighty, we'll put it in the purples. That seems fair. Because it could be the kind of thing that, like, it just really depends on what it's next to. And again, I'm not opposed to putting things in multiple places, but I would like them to be roughly in the place that they put them in the place they belong. T 5 6 5. So it's like perfectly all the numbers start with 6, and then this one starts with 5. Where will the lies end? This isn't even a blue. I'm like, yeah, it looks like it fits there. It's cute. It's cute. It's cute. Hi, Kimberly. Alrighty. So, blue, doi, purple / blue. Because, like, this is a blue. Like, you can tell that that's a blue. That one's nice and easy to see. Because it's, again, odd, because on camera, it possibly looks a little bit more purple than it actually is, because that is very blue. IRL 555. I don't even know what its name is. What the color's name was. You want to get specific with their crayon colors and their kids. Like, no, it's not blue, it's cornflower. For sure. But only very specific ones. Yep, there we go. It's a chameleon color. It likes to blend. It's blending. Because 403 is the one that sits in the middle of this guy, which I consider to be much more of a blue. And this guy, which I consider to be more of a green. You know what? We're just gonna put it in both. It's just so much easier. It'll just be easier. And it's the kind of thing that, like, you know, if I'm looking for something that is kind of on that blue-green borderline, I'd probably go to both. I'd go to both places to look for it. Also, gosh, I feel like, you know, I've been doing your dirty team. It's time for a drink break. Tink. Need our drink break, otherwise, you know, we'll get parched. So, blue, my nemesis. Okay, not as much of a nemesis as other things are. You know, I have what I would consider to be like 2 genuine nemesi. Like, you know, I assume that some of you will know what my nemesi are. So, I'm gonna put 565 in the blue, just for the lols. Nemesi. Nemesi is a much better word. We're going to end at 403. So we're going to go from 656 to 403. Yeah, that's right. The black paper nemesis and the gel pen nemesis. Grrr. So, where's my swatch? There we go. Cute. The problem is my version on my computer is not colored in. So, I kind of have to guess. Okay, so this is 65. Have I written it wrong on there? I've written it wrong on my print off. How rude. 565. 565. 56. Because that's 569. Okay, it's literally right above it, you dingus. You're not looking in the right place. We're actually just going to highlight them to make my life a little bit easier, because I'm doing myself a struggle bus right now. Doing a struggle bus. 403 from the Tropical palette. Maybe. Is it one of the newer colors? I'm not too sure, because I bought the full set of Tombows when there was only 96 colors. So I'm not too sure which sets they actually come from, because I just bought them all together and then the individual new set of 12 when they came out. So I'm very helpful like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yay! Whoa, that's a lot. How many pinks do we have? We got even more than the pinks, but then again, 2 of those are those like weird transition colors that were like, are you though? Are ya? Alrighty, we decided that you were 5. Come on. 5, 6, 5. 5, 6, 9, 5, 5, 5. Da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. I don't know where that's from because Lord of the Rings and Avengers confuse me because their music sounds too similar, and I know that it's not that similar, but when I'm just humming it by itself, I'm just like, I don't know which one this is from. 553. 533 and 553. I'm also just like, what are you doing? Your numbers are too similar and your colors are too similar. 491, 451, 401, 452, 515. 515 is one of those deceptive colors. We'll get to it when we get to it, but it's cap color and the color it actually is on the page. I'm just like, 93, 443, and 403 because both. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Little did I know, I thought it was Mario Kart. No, because Mario... Okay, nope, I'm not even going to try Mario Kart because I haven't played it, and I don't know what it is because I haven't played it. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. Now that I put that down by itself, it does look a lot more purple than it is blue, but I'm not mad because it's not like it's the very first one on the swatch for the blues, so it's totally fine. Guys, it's totally fine. Don't even worry about it. 555. 535. Yeah, 535 and 555. I'm just like, you guys could have picked some more different colors. Like, we could have had more in the red spectrum. There we go. 528. That's a nice blue. It's like a kind of denimish blue. It's very pretty. The camera doesn't even do it justice. Don't even trust the camera because it's beautiful. The second one is like a midnight blue. It's a very kind of like, it's like a warm dark blue in my opinion, which is interesting because I'm like, a lot of the time when I'm looking for a dark blue, I'm looking for a cold dark blue. This is also a very pretty color. I kind of like a vintagey kind of blue. It's super pretty. But yeah, that second one is 569. It's kind of like, whenever I'm looking for a blue, I'm looking for something that's like a little bit more saturated but still dark. Yeah. Aw, Katie, it's nice to have you here. 533. That's 526. Where's 533? 533's here. 533 and 553 are two colors that I have used a fair bit because I use them for my start of journal setup for my my yearly collections journal last year, which meant that they effectively got used for the whole year, but it also meant that they had to sit out of their the Tombow case for the whole year, which did not please me, which is why for my yearly collections this year, I opted in to have like, you know, fine number of pens in the actual setup, but when it came to the filling in, I'm like, we must only use a black and a couple of Zig Clean colored dot markers because I didn't want to have all of these pens out for the full year because that frustrated me. I hear all the bells now. You know, we need a song counter and a distraction counter. And it was on Instagram quite a lot around the Christmas time. Okay, I have a bone to pick with you, Instagram. Okay, I hope Instagram's not actually watching because they might get like annoyed at me. Oh my god, please don't kick me off. Anyways, when I'm watching people's stories, every so often, you know, between posts, you obviously like get ads and whatever and stuff like that. But every so often it comes up with a kind of like an ad saying, turn your old stories into a reel, and it actually plays the noise. So, you know, I'm trying to be sneaky quiet like or whatever, and then it's just like, hey, let me just play some random song at full bore while you're just sitting around being sneaky and quiet. Okay, 515 was the one we were going to talk about. Like, look at the lid of this pen, right? Okay, I know you can't see it. I'm sorry. We'll just shake the camera a little bit so you can actually see it. So the lid of this pen makes it look like it would be kind of like a slightly subdued blue or something like that. I feel like the cap color makes it look, you know, a certain kind of way. But then when you swatch it, this is one of my favorite blues because of how bright it is. I'm just like, it doesn't really work. It doesn't really line up, but I still love it, so it doesn't matter. So it's whatever. But I'm still just like, excuse me, Tombow. What the heck gives? This isn't right. It's not right. But I love it. But yeah, so Instagram, that has bothered me. You just like playing sound while I'm like, I always scroll Instagram on silent mode. I watch the little kind of like the reels that come up in my feed. I always watch them in silent because I'm like, I don't want sound coming out of my phone, like pretty much ever. That's a good question for a poll. Who has their phone on, like, I don't know, what's not silent? Sound on versus the like version where you have it on silent. We're going to put that in a poll because this is something I'm curious about, even though I can't find the right words. Is your phone on silent most of the time or noise? Because like pretty much anytime that I'm using my phone, it's on silent. So mine's always like a vibrate rather than a ding, like anything like that. Whereas Vogel's is always on sound on, and I'm just like, why? You're so noisy. Why so annoying? like love and appreciate, but oh my god. So because mine's not necessarily dependent on place. Mine's just always on silent, which can have its problems because I swear with a certain update, my phone's vibration pattern for anything changed. I forgot to turn this back on to focus. Apologies. So yeah, the vibration pattern changed, and now it's like it doesn't vibrate enough for me to actually notice it, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's problematic. That's a little bit annoying. That's a little bit annoying. A little bit bad. Yeah. Oof. Never heard of Tombow brush pens. Never had Tombow brush pens. What do you recommend you buy first? Ooh, I'm a bad person to ask. Only because I would just buy them all. Okay, but if you're going to do that, effectively, like any pack that you like the colors of the most is probably the best. I know that that's a really unsatisfying answer, but it very much depends on what you're gravitating towards on a typical kind of basis. Because like if you like the kind of like pinks and neutral colors, then maybe the portrait set would be best for you because you can, you know, use those colors in the stuff that you're typically doing. If you typically prefer like more variation in your colors and you like a bit more vibrancy, then maybe you might want to get the primary set or the tropical set or something like that because they have a bit more of like a contrasting kind of color palette. If you like kind of the more earthy tones or like things that are a little bit more natural, then maybe the landscape set would be for you because it has your greens and your browns and your mustard kind of color and that kind of stuff. Like they have a lot of different packs, so it would be more so like, you know, what's actually available in your area or to you, and which color set do you actually gravitate towards. Because at the end of the day, all of the Tombows are going to be pretty much of the same quality, like unless you get a defective one, which, like, knock on wood, we hope that doesn't happen to you, Godoy. But it just depends on what kind of colors you like to work with. Me, I have no chill, as some of you may have come to notice. So yeah, when I got mine, I got the full, at the time, 96 pen set, and I just stocked up on the extra colors when they released the new 12 pack. But of these colors, I would say there are certainly some that I don't use very often. Like that one, I'm just like, oh, you're so pukey looking. But I'm still glad that I have it because I can still, you know, use touches of it in setups and stuff if I need to. I just kind of more so gravitate towards more vibrant colors, I find. Though I guess more recently I have been starting to do some more experimentation with more neutral and muted colors or something, I suppose. But yeah, all good. Well, it looks like we're very much a team silent here, so that's pretty cool. Yay for us. quiet phones are quiet. Where were we? Okay, we did blue. Now we're on to green. The nice part is that green is effectively from 403 all the way through to 131. So we'll start here and go. Have you guys heard the song Chacaron Macaron or whatever it's called? Because I wouldn't even say sing it because it's not really singing, but I fall into it very often. Need to bring up my swatch. Okay, I'm glad because you're probably just like, is Jess okay? Like, what's going on? She's being weird. But there was this video that had the Chacaron Macaron like background kind of noise, and it was this person that had like a really big mop, like the mop. What's the mop bristles? What are they called? Mop strands? Mop hair? Whatever. The mop head. Yeah. The mop head was literally as long as they were tall, and they had the mop head on their head like it was a wig, and they were just kind of swaying back and forth with this mop head going. It was great. Like, I think about that on a too often basis. Anywho, moving on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16, 16, 16, 16, 17, 18. Oh, is it green? I don't think it's even green. I think it's a lie. Okay, we're getting 998. So this is 9098. I think this is supposed to be called like avocado or something, and it's gross. No offense. If my avocado looked like that, I'd be devastated. Like, current distraction count? Yeah, I know, right? Anyways, yeah, like a Shrek theme. There we go. Like, get out of my swamp, or like whatever he said. That kind of thing. Well, I could do your job more better. So nice. I don't like this color. But I like this color. I don't like that color. She's ignoring you. Yeah, she is. Like, let's be real. Jess is just off on a tangent of her own. So this is one of those combos where, like, I don't know how well it shows up on camera. Yeah, this looks like a brown, sad avocado that I would pick all the pieces out of my salad and not eat. But in person, these colors don't really match up either. So this one I feel like is less of a green than I have led myself to believe. I feel like it's more of a brown. A gross avocado brown. Doing the swatching is just really making me want to, like, reorder my Tombow pens, which is problematic because, like, yeah, a dead straw color. Bad, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I'm glad that it doesn't match on camera either, because, yeah, it's kind of flat. Anywho, so maybe not that one. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So you are a lie. 21. What's 21 divided by 2? Where's my ruler? That'd be 21. There we go. T. Now I know how far down I need to go. Yeah, it's a bit more yellow, isn't it? I think that it either belongs in the kind of yellow sphere or it belongs more in like the kind of brown sphere, because it doesn't really fit. Yeah, I know. One day I'll be glad that I have it. Today is not that day. Not kidding. I value having variation in my pen colors. I like to have different options, especially when you want to do something like a gradient or whatever, because sometimes just the pens from one brand don't give you a nice kind of transitions in your gradient, which can be rather sad because you're like, I just want to make a really beautiful gradient. You won't even let me. I'm like, great. See, Deb's onto it. On it like carb on it. All right, 403. The contested color, and then 373, and then 407, and then 379, and then, okay, 3, 4, 6, 277. I hope these numbers are right, otherwise I will be sad. I didn't really think about it before I started. I have a lot of distrust in Past Me. Like, what if Past Me stuffed something up? I'm like, ye have little faith. Give Past you some credit. But at the same time, could have been wrong. Alrighty. 173, 243, 291. That doesn't look right. What have you done? No, that looks right. 249, 177, 228, 192. And this part's tricky because when we go in the pens here, see how it like opens up and twists around? It means that the next color needs to be like, because I've just gone ding, 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 I need to do this one next, which is actually the top of the pen case, which is why I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, you are 15. Uh-oh. No. We're okay. Calm down. See, again, this is the hard thing. The reference that I'm working from. I'll show you guys what I'm looking at right now. Sharing my screen. So this is what I'm looking at the moment. So it's just this printout that I have of the jewel markers. So I'm like trying to reference which color I'm looking at. But again, because it's not filled in, I'm like getting myself a little bit worried about whether I've got the right color or not. Oh, hi, Kimberly. 158 is fine. That's all good. 126. 126. And then 133 and 131. 133, 131. There we go. So just to flip back, just to make sure there's no other greens in here. I don't think that there are any pens that I would consider green in any other part of the Tombow swatches. I think this brown is, he's got like a tinge of green to him, but he's a lot more like kind of brown gray kind of a thing. So I don't think that that counts, and that's all good. Oh, we were talking about putting N52 in the blues, but I don't think he really fits. We will cross that bridge when we get to it. Oh, hello from Canada. Love it. Hello, Tony. Pleasure having you here with us. So we've got our numbers written out. It's time to do some coloring in. If we can find the page we were looking at. Green is one of those ones that like a lot of different brands, like their green section is the biggest. I think that probably comes from the fact that isn't green the color that humans can see the best? Which probably helps considering, you know, where we live and green usually being associated with things that are edible. There you go. So yeah, I think that you guys are right. It is much more of a blue than it is a green. But I'm not sad about it being here in our little green sphere. That's okay. Ooh, hi from San Diego. Nice. I want to go to San Diego. I think that would be really cool. It's on the list of places to go and visit. Though that list is ever increasing. And I'm just like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go see all these places, but I would love to. Really would like to. Gosh, that's a beautiful color. That's really pretty. Super gorgeous. Yeah. There you go. That one works there. That's also a very pretty color. I quite like that. You have a guest room? Oh, excellent. I come crash. 277. See, I feel like the cap color of this is also deceptive. Like, not to a huge extent, but it does seem a lot more, it feels brighter on the page than it is like the cap color would lead you to believe. This pen is starting to get a little worn out. The nice part about doing the swatching as well is that it also gives me an opportunity to check in with my, I guess you could say, like, pen health. Like, are these pens still okay? Do I need to replace them? Because I'm going through like pretty much every single pen at the moment, so it just gives that check-in, little bit of check-in. Am I going to vlog my Go Wild experience? I am planning on. I'm not too sure how I want to structure it though, because like, okay, so vlogging the experience is one, for my personal benefit, because that's how I effectively like to do my memory keeping, and two, I know that, like, as a new person going to Go Wild, the vlogs from other people have been really good to view because it gives me kind of like a what to expect kind of look at things. But then I need to figure out how to break it down so it's like still enjoyable to watch. Good night, Sarah. Thank you for being here while you could be. So I want it to still be an experience that people can enjoy watching. But also, like, could technically be a bit of a resource / reference. It's that kind of balancing act. Ooh, from Denmark. Hello. That's a really nice color. It's like kind of sagey kind of green. It's very pretty. Very pretty. Ha ha ha. Shh. Shh. Megumi. Shh. Yes, the vlog channel is still a thing. It's one of those, like, you know, when you have something that you need to do, but you don't really want to do it, so you put it off. And then by putting it off, it feels like more of a task. So you're like, oh, now I really don't want to do it, so you put it off. But then you put it off, so then it feels like, oh God, you know, it's even more of a task, so you put it off, kind of a thing. And it's also the type of thing where, in putting it off as much as I have, it almost feels like if it's going to come back, then it needs to come back like better. Like the wait needed to be worth it. And I'm just like, is the wait going to be worth it though? Like, all the footage is just sitting there, but you can't change what's in that footage. So I know I'm probably just thinking into it too much, but it's one of those, like, working on it is not going to spark joy. So I have put it off. It'll probably be the kind of thing that I'll either just scrap it, which I would feel sad about. I don't want to do that. I'm glad it's going to be useful for you. I think that these kind of things, like this reference, I think is going to be really helpful for me too. But yeah, what were we talking about? I don't know, because I got myself distracted because I can't read and do stuff at the same time. I'm either going to color. I'm either going to just bundle them all into one big vlog and like just do like the weeks that were kind of thing, or I'm just gonna scrap them, or I don't know. Those are the only two options that I'm really thinking of at the moment, because I'm just like, doing individual videos sounds like such a meh. So yeah. Oh, tink. Ooh, wow, 9 kg of veggies. That's a lot of veggies. Good job. Because I haven't vlogged at all this year. Like, I haven't filmed anything for the vlog. Playlist for vlogs on this channel to get out that feeling. Yeah. I mean, I do already have a playlist of vlogs on this channel. And I've got playlists on the last one related to either the 101 things list or the weeks from like 2022 or 2021. But it's one of those, like, requires more thought, and I'm not willing to put the thought in right now. Oh no. Monica, stop that. One big vlog. Yeah, you'd rather see them? You'd still prefer to see them? I appreciate that. I'm glad that you guys, like, yeah, Monica's cracking the whip at me, guys. I need to get back to work. I'm sorry. My hands are tired. So green's done. So we get to do yellow now. So I guess the question is, does 98, like 098, belong with brown, or does it belong with yellow? Because in my mind, I think it belongs more with brown because it's a little bit more green than, like, it's like, obviously I thought it was green. I put it in the green section. But I feel like it belongs more in the greens. But at the same time, Tombow, I think, feels like it belongs in the yellow because they've started it with a 0, and all of the other yellows start with a 0. Like, you could make an argument that that's more of a brown than it is a yellow. You guys are all like, brown, it's brown. Just put it in brown. Because the weeks haven't been yet. Oh, blessed. Alrighty. It'll be on the list of things to get done. Because what? I put it on my list for this month. It was on my... You can see that I've actually filled this in. Haha, spoilers. I didn't do that. But usually I wrote a section for my vlogs, and then I just went, yeah, not today. Whoops. Thinking of Jess and over your carpal tunnel. Yeah. It's gonna be a problem. Okay. See, because I feel like you could make an argument for it being in yellow. Let's put it on another swatch paper. Yeah. So the yellow is this guy. Ooh, screechy. So that's 055. And then we also have like some kind of this guy here, which is kind of like a sad banana. 076, which is still technically kind of yellowish. And then we've got this guy, which is so ugly. Like, I feel sorry for anybody who's sitting there just like, Jess, what the hell is your damage? That's my favorite color. Like, wow. And then, oh, we have a perfect answer. Put it where you think you'll look for it. That makes a lot of sense. But when you said Jess, I thought you were saying geez. Like, geez, woman. Just put it where you think you'll look for it. I think that it kind of looks more yellow. Like, obviously, if those are yellows, then that would be a yellow. I don't know. That's a very good question. It's like a sad banana. Where would I look for you? 098. Well, based on the freaking cap color, I'd look for you in green, but you're a liar. Anyways. Whereas my brown colors, I'm thinking more like... Ooh. This one is like my favorite brown. This is the one that I gravitate towards the most. Like, that is very much more of like a kind of like red undertoned brown. Oh, which is pretty. And then that's more like a kind of subdued brown. 3 colors are like the stages of the banana. The banana when he was happy, and then the banana when he's sad. 977. And you are 947. I'll just write it in the same pen because I'm being lazy. Sad banana. And then I know that people said, and by people I mean maybe person, I don't remember, but this one people have called more of an orange. And I'm just like, no, it's gold. 025. I love this color. This is my favorite yellow, which is funny because when you put it next to him, he does look a lot more orange, but brown is dark orange. Oh yeah. Because again, I feel like the orangeness of this guy doesn't really show up well on camera because he does look a lot more golden when he's just sitting here. But pretty. Oh my gosh. The dot markers. Do you mean like the mild smoky set? Or because I love dot markers. I think they're absolutely awesome. So 908 now, as he's here, looks more green than he was. Humph. What? Had your hair this color? Or this color? No. I don't know, my hair is, I can't even show you because it's up in a ponytail, but my hair is wet. Like, alrighty, I think that I would probably... See, I think the hard part about your thing of being like, you know, put it where you would look for it. I'm like, I wouldn't look for it. It's ugly. I don't like it. I think I might just put it in both. You know, because that seems to be like my go-to. You use a 903 with the greens. Yes, because it is more of a kind of green tone than the yellow ones really are. But, oh god, I don't like it. I really don't like it. I might have to do a little kind of like fudging of where I put things in this one because I kind of want all of those yellows together. So I might do I'm gonna get my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Oh, orange? God, you're so dying. My friend, why? Well, shake it out. Aggressively shakes pen. Hi, what's up?
Do you need a Coke?
No, I don't, but thank you for asking. I appreciate you.
But it was over there, so I couldn't weigh it.
Yeah, it is over here. It's pretty full. Thank you
just
anyway.
Grab breakfast.
I appreciate you. Vogel asked if I needed a Coke. He's such a good egg. But he was only doing that because he knows I'm on camera. Not. What do we reckon? That's yellow enough, right? I mean, it's kind of orange, but it's mainly yellow. Like if we put it next to 9, because that's an orange color. That's 991. Yeah, see, that was the thing. I originally swatched mine in order of the Tombow chart, and some of those colors were just like completely wrong. Like, yeah, see, I think that looks more of an orange kind of color than that does. But then when I put it with the 205, now the 205 is starting to look orange. I'm like, no, you're yellow. Don't lie to yourself. Like, maybe I'm just lying to myself. The people say hello, Vogel.
Hello.
Vogel says hello, people. I'm thinking that 020 actually is more orange, so I'm going to go put it in the orange section. Yes. Where did he go? Alrighty. 020. That's the kind of thing. We could put it in both. Some of these pastel kind of colors, especially in those transition kind of areas, just get a little bit twicky. There's weird foundations that no one's color but still exists. Yeah. T020. I think it kind of looks okay there. Yeah, so these ones are all going to be... Oh, you're going to put all of these. Yeah, I'm going to put all of these in the yellows. Those are obviously browns, so that's fine. I think it's just more like, what order do I want to put them in? So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 yellows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, in terms of the order that I want to do them, I think I might just do like lightest to there to the gold to there. Okay, so 090. And then 062. And then 055. And then 025, 026. Yep. 025, 026. Very good. And then 027. Yeah. 027, which is sounds like I'm saying a phone number because our phone numbers in New Zealand, like you'll either have like an 027 or an 022 or an 02 something number. No, this is the Pilot Juice. Oh, I didn't turn the thing off. Sorry, I forget. There we go. So people can see what I'm doing and the focus doesn't do the whole thing. We don't want it to do the thing. Alrighty, 025 and then 098. 098 and 076. Fabulous. Put you back. I have a Sarasa clip. And I like that one too. It's more just like my typical go-to writing pen would be the Papermate Inkjoy gel pen. In the 07 nib or whatever. I forgot a yellow, didn't I? Or unless I put that down as a green. I think I put it down as a green. I think we're okay. I put it down as a green. Like, I was looking at the cap of this one. I'm like, oh no, I forgot a yellow, but it's actually quite green colored. I know that I say quite green. Probably doesn't show up as well on camera, but yeah, the Pilot Juice is pretty good. I would say that This one does not dry as fast as I would like it to, but I still like it. I mean, I find, you know, that with most gel pens that they don't dry as fast as I would like them to. So, oh, Jess is so hard done by. Her pen doesn't dry fast enough. But I'm allowed to struggle. What was this green? This green was 131. Yep, 131. There we go. Alrighty. Swatching out our banana life cycle. Your poutine arrived. Nice. Happy bean. Time to munch. I love it. The only poutine I've had has been like fake poutine. Foutine. Like that one where foutine's actually like a word and I've just said something offensive. Whoops, sorry. I don't actually know if foutine's a real word. 07027. There we go. Getting into the sad part of the banana's life cycle. Hi, Steph. Alrighty, when he's here with his friends, he doesn't look too terribly green, so it's all good. And then 076. Nice. Oh, the highlighter colors. Highlighter. Oh yeah, I've got the highlighter pack. Beautiful. See, this is a sad time because I don't know, something like wet got on my page. Man, I was crying over the beauty of these pens. And then, of course, I wrote this out with a Tombow, which is water soluble. So when I closed my book, devastation. Oh, thanks, Monica. Reminded people to like the video if they enjoyed the video. That's nice. Oh my god, they're coming together. I'm so excited. Okay. So this is looking great. I'm like super happy. Foutine, if you came across it, you'd be offended. Yeah, I think like in my mind, foutine is like instead of using cheese curds, you use like mozzarella. Soup. Alrighty, brown is next. Looking good. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. So I'm just going to highlight on my little here. I can show you. We can show you the thing so that you guys don't feel left out. So I'm going to effectively go through the ones on here and try and figure out which ones I need on there. So 020 is not going to be included, but I need to include all of those. And I think when I get into the ends, I'm just going to chuck them all on the grayscale one. Like, even though you could possibly argue that some of these have another tinge to them, I'm just going to make my life easier. That looks cute. So now as I've got those highlighted, I can then flip back and I don't have to go like back and forth. Just make my life a little bit simpler. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Sad banana needs to be an official color name. Exactly. Foutine. Yeah. Foutine. Because it has to be, it can't be foutine because it has to sound like, oh my gosh. My apologies. We've got some twang coming out there. But it has to be like the same sound as the thing that I'm saying. So like a fake book would be a fook. Why did I go with that as an example? Whatever. I'm trying to think of like fake journal would be a fernal, because it sounds like journal, as opposed to like a phonal. Phonal? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Da da da. Like, yeah. So it has to be foutine because it was originally poutine. That's like what happens in my mind. So it's like if you have a fake bujo, it would have to be like a fujo because it's like bujo, fujo. Yeah, that's right. That's some life lessons coming right at you. Maybe not really. You're just like, Jess, what the heck are you on about? But it's fine. We're all mad here. Actually, is that even the right order? Yes. Okay, we're fine. Constantly worried. 992 977 947 899. That's random. What's that color? Probably a red one. 8, 7, and 9. 9, 6, and a 9. Yeah, literally that. Yeah. A fake book is a book. Oh no. Demonetized. Alrighty. 990. This is one of my favorite browns for anything that you're doing that's even like lightly vintage inspired or like wants to look kind of old or aged or just like softer. It's quite nice. I guess like 942 could be that for you as well. I just kind of gravitate towards the 990 instead. That's my favorite. 992. That's getting into the more saturated. Yeah. Fojo is more like FOMO for journal supplies. I love that. Oh no, guys, I've got Fojo. This is a cute brown, but my favoriteest brown of the ones that I have would have to be this one because it's just like that really kind of like reddy, kind of chestnutty kind of color, which obviously looks different on this paper when it's all nice and small compared to this one where it's like bigger. 947, my good friend. That's the hard thing about swatches is that like, you know, applying different amounts of pressure or going over different amounts of times or whatever, like you do get variation in the way the pen looks. Also, if you're using different papers, the pens will look different, which is part of the main reason why I switched my long-term collections. Because my last long-term collections journal, I didn't actually finish. It's just I stopped using journals from that brand, so I had to start putting swatches into a book that was a bit more akin to the journals I was using. So, you know. So if I ever decide to change it up and go to a different, like, brand of journal, like, not even necessarily a brand of journal, but more one that doesn't have, like, white dot grid pages, then I would have to set it up again. But I'm not planning on doing that because I like white dot grid pages. Tink! I had to clear my throat. That's why I had to mute myself. Hopefully it actually muted and you didn't just get this like very aggressive throat clearing sound because that would have been nasty. Nobody wants to hear that. So, just singing goodnight songs on your way to bed. Like, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Go. Anyways, so N15 to N57. I'll probably just do it in the order that's written here because I don't, like, sure it's blue toned, but like it doesn't need to go in the blues. It's fine. We're all goods. Green, I don't like that title, but it's okay because sometimes things happen. No, your internet didn't drop. It was just me being considerate. I don't know why this, but like, because I like to think I was being considerate, but maybe people are like, no, Jess, we want the true, authentic you. We want to hear all of your weird throat clearing noises. I'm like, no, you do not. Exactly. I'm still on the, hey, excuse me, Biscuit. I'm almost done. Like, love and appreciate for you keeping me on track, though. I mean, I've got 2 minutes to finish off my Tombows. It'll be a really nice, easy timestamp, provided I actually get it done. So let's actually keep going. And flip. Guys, you were supposed to stop me. It's supposed to start with a T. Oh, well. Let's see. How many do I need? 15. Half of 15 is, Deb, quick math, 7.5. T is for Tombow. N is for the pen number. Because I was kind of thinking about it. I'm like, oh, if I write all the N's out, then I'm only going to have 2 numbers. I'm like, it's because you weren't supposed to write them out. What are you doing? Yeah, I definitely need a keeper. I need somebody to help keep me on track while the rest of the team conspires against me. So that then I make stuff up like this. So now I'm not going to get it finished within the first 1.5 hours. I feel like I've let the team down. I actually just need to find some stickers. Alrighty. I'm going to either very gently move you. Sorry. So that I can get into this drawer. Because one of my favorite fixes as of current is to, instead of using dot grid paper to stick over things, because dot grid paper can be, you know, kind of bulky, because I don't know about you, but I use 160 GSM paper, which means when you put 160 on top of 160, that's like 320. I don't know. Is that right? No, it's not. But anyways, Actually, yeah, it is. I can do math. Whatever. So instead of doing that though, I use these like sticky labels that you get when you like go to a conference and then you write like, "Hi, my name is XYZ." So I'm gonna put a strip of that on the paper over the ones that I stuffed up. And I actually already have one that's kind of cut off, so this one would work. I just want to trim it down a little bit so that it's not quite so big. We need skizzes. We're doing surgeries. Alrighty. All the shades of Jess. 50 Shades of Jess. Oh no. It's more like 50 Shades of Vanilla. Yeah. Ding, 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 ding. Not that kind of vanilla. Ding, 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 ding. No. Stop. Collaborate and listen. I sit back with the brain thinking something goes all the way tightly, low like a hot boom, dilly and nightly. Will I stop? Yo, I don't know. Alrighty. Where is mine, how we say, knife? Ha! So, we're going to tiny surgeries because, you know, we're all Bujo doctors here. Poink. Look at that. It's like it never happened. Oh my god. And sure, it's not as opaque, I guess, as the 160 GSM, but once I write over the top of it, it's really not a problem. Like, we're doing surgery simultaneously hilarious and terrifying. Who caffeinated yesterday? Hi. I did that. It was me. You overshot the mark. No, you guys give me energy. Snort. So now as we have those in, we can put the teas back in and everything is awesome. I love it. This is looking great. I'm so happy right now. I love an easy fix. Offering with more Coke. 0 or ... No. Let's see. So I'm gonna put NOO in here, even though like I don't use it because it's literally the colorless blender, but it fits with the whole grayscale theme, so it's fine. We're just gonna put N's the whole way down because all of these are N's. Okay, so 2 5 3 5 4 5. Yep. I don't want to write it in and be wrong, so I'm like, let's just check. And 5 5 and 6 5. N5 2 scandal ruined the chain much, but you know it is what it is. 67 5. Wow, a little detour there. 9 5. 8 9. What's going on? And I say, hey, you. I'm sorry, I'm probably ruining somebody's favorite song right now. I said, hey. There we go. That looks cute. What's going on? That one. I can't remember which song it was that you were talking about. You like do something and then forget what you were doing. I know that that's probably a very relatable thing. It's more just like, you know when you walk into a room and you just forget why you went there? And so you either just stand there trying to remember, getting increasingly frustrated at yourself. What I typically do is just like aggressively point back at the place that I came from to be like, why? Why am I here? Why did I come to this place? I don't use N75 very often, and by that I mean N79. It's quite a nice gray, actually. Yeah, it's nicer than I thought it was. I'm sorry, N79. That was a bit rude. Native American chanting, mayhaps. Yeah, how am I meant to keep it focused? Yeah, it's okay, Monica. You're doing fine. Oh, I'm sorry. If you're not actually getting work done, I'll try not to be so distracting. She lied. Ha ha ha. I do hope, though, for anybody who is here just to kind of have some company to do their work, whether that be on the live or on the replay, you're still having a good time. You know, it's the kind of thing. I don't want to distract you from your work. I don't mind just being a background voice while you do other things. I'm not going to be like, hey, pay attention to me. Oh my gosh. N5 2. Yeah, I think that the hard part about gray is that it's really just like unsaturated anything else. So you can get quite a big variation in your shades of gray, which is probably why they have that book with so many shades of it. But, you know, it just makes it tricky for swatching purposes, because it's like, okay, is this desaturated enough to put in this section, or should it go somewhere else? You're trying to write an essay. Oh dear. Well, I don't think I will be much help with that, but I still applaud you for being here and doing it. There we go. 35 and 35 and 35 and 35 and 35 and 35. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I need to get into listening to more sea shanties. Did I tell you guys about the album that I found at like one of those old CD/record stores or whatever? Like the secondhand ones, when I say old. And there was in one of the sections, now that's what I call music. But it's like effectively a version of now that's what I call music. But it's now that's what I call sea shanties too. And I'm like, okay, so what this tells me is that, first of all, you found enough sea shanties to make 2 albums, but also the first one was successful enough that you got to make a second. I'm like, well, that's just awesome. I'm going to color this in, even though nothing will happen. Like, oh, look, it's still blank, but I did it. You can't say I didn't swatch it. Anywho. So that's the Tombow's done. Yay for us. Look at how beautiful it is. So this is the full Tombow swatch that we had from before. And then we now have the swatches by color. So we've got all the grayscale ones, all the browns, all the pinks, and the purples, and the blues. And obviously some colors are a lot more populated than others because you just get more colors in that kind of, I don't know, color family. This is looking so cute. And you know what the best part is? Now we get to do the whole process again with a different set of pens. Yay! So I'm going to put my Tombows to the side, and I'm going to mute myself again because I have been running my mouth for 1 hour and 36 minutes, and I need to clear my throat again. So because nobody really needed to hear that. Anyways, so the Tombows are getting put to the side, which means I would like to find, I mean, I could just pick them up and shove them over here. Ooh, rolling. Ouch, 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 ouch. Ow, 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 ow. I say ouch, it doesn't actually hurt. I'm kind of speaking on behalf of the Tombows almost. So, which pen set should we start with? Because I feel like I want to do the Crayolas next. Because then I could just put like a C in front of them. So it's like C for Crayola. So C1, C38, etc. I feel like, because, okay, I used to store the Crayolas in the box that they came in, but then I realized that it really super was not necessary. So I'm thinking we might have to try and section them off into their color families before we start, because they're no longer in order. So we'll get the Crayolas out of the way over here. And just move all of my stuff around, because I store my Crayolas in this, might be hard to see, but it's a drawer with a handle. Hopefully you can kind of see the handle, because I know it's not focusing on it. And I've kind of vaguely got them in their color families. So in theory, all of these should be pinks and or purples. Like, these are all pinks and purples, so we'll just grab all the pinks and purples out, because we can section them off with this swatch here. I'm sorry if this is like really bad ASMR. Yeah, we're going to swallow the Crayolas. Let's go. Check first, you don't have any double ups with names, right? Oh. With names? Or with like my pen brands? I mean, I've got a double up with like the Tombows. Because I've got like the Tombow Finalizing hard tip brush pens, and then I've got the Tombow dual brush markers. But I'm thinking that, like, I don't know if the Finalizers have numbers. Karen markers would be like a K. Statler would be an S, I take it. Calligraphs would be an AOC. Because it'd be like Archer and Olive Calligraph versus AOA, Archer and Olive Acrylograph. Tombow's a T, because we've already done it. Faber-Castell would be an FC. FC! Football club. And Crayolas, Karen markers K or KM. I think it should be alright. I mean, let's put it this way. I'm going to use a C for the Crayolas. If I come up with another C later, I'll just, maybe that could just be a future me problem. Suck it, future Jess. And then future Jess is like, why have you done this to me? You should have heeded Monica's warning. Everything is awful. Alrighty, we're going to take all of you beautiful, beautiful pens out of the way. So this is my purples and my pinks, and we'll get to sketching those out into separate buckets later. Blues and greens, also known as Nemesis transition. So we'll put those to the side too. Because like some of them, very obviously blue or green. Some of them, TF for Tombow, Foot and Oscar. Yeah, so that makes sense. So we could do TF for them. And then the zig could just be Z. Browns and or yellows. Peaches. I'll just do all the yellow, orange, red together because there's really not that many of them. And then we're going to use the actual numbers here to help us. Oh, I'm so sorry. I know that it's like not very good with the noise that's probably coming from the moving of the pens right now. I'm trying to be nice. I'm sorry about your seagull. That sucks. Hit a swooping seagull. Well, I mean, like, the seagull made its choices, but that does still suck, like, a lot. I'm really sorry that happened. And then these guys are my grays. Alrighty. Ow, ow, ow. Okay. I need to find a better storage solution for these because, like, they sit in that little drawer right over there in the corner because I've got, like, little drawers underneath my computer monitors. And I don't use them often enough to warrant having them there. So we're going to do kind of like a first glance sort into their different families, and then we're going to check it with these numbers to make sure that it actually makes sense. So we'll move you to the side, which was instantly a bad idea because now the pinks and purples are trying to attack me. But like at first glance, you look orange, you look orange, you look red-orange. So orange, orange, orange. And you look red, red, purple red, or just dark red. You look brown, 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 brown. You look orange. You look orange. You look aggressively yellow, so we'll put you in yellow, 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 yellow. And I'm trying to make it so that when I do a like the changeover point, I'm trying to make it so that the colors that are right next to each other are pretty obvious. Same numbering for Crayola Super Tips. Yay! Yeah, no, I just have them here on the end. You know, I tried to print them off with a label maker to stick them on, but then the labels didn't actually stick, so I had to go over all of them with tape. Anyways, and I kind of wish what I had done had been like type all the numbers out on the computer and put like a little box beside them so that I could color them in before cutting them out and then stick them at the bottom here so I could see the swatch of the colors. That would have been a better idea, but it's not what I did. Those ones, those beigey brown kind of colors, you can just go in the brown region. The brown. Yellow, maybe? We're going to put you in the yellow and just, you know, again, this is the soft finish, Jess. You need to remember that. This isn't necessarily the forever home of these things. Where are the numbers coming from? So when they were in the box, I started in one corner and labeled them 1 and then all the way through in like a kind of, because they sit in the box in like rows, I think. I numbered them in rows and then reordered them to be in a, this thing. What's this thing? Snake pattern. I don't know what it's called. Like a back and forth, effectively. Yeah. So I just kind of took the order that was in the Crayola box when it got delivered and used that as my order. Okay, see what I mean? I'm trying to make it so that there's a really hard color difference here so that then I know that I have decided that this is the green stuff and that's the yellow stuff, rather than actually ordering it in rainbow order, because like I love rainbow order. It's like, oh my gosh, my favorite thing. But when you're trying to section them into colors, then we get that kind of weird guesswork that we had to do before where we're like, is this a blue or is this a green? Like this guy. What are you? I'm going to call you a blue and then be sad about it. But of course, we are going to check them against the actual swatches later. It won't be too far away. Green, green. See, again, with like an excessive amount of greens because people can see green the best. So, sea green. That's also a color. Anyways, I'm going to put you there. You might move. I'm going to put you there. You might move. I feel like I'm just going to put all of these tealy colors in the green section and then just like cry about it later. Okay, blue, 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 green, blue, 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 blue. That looks good. Don't let me forget that I have one of my purples over there on the side because I intentionally have it on the side though because it's supposed to be for actually I think I might have two of this purple. No, those are different. I don't know. This one? I'm not. Nope. Abort. Okay. Thank you for being here while you could be. Sea green. So those are the blues and the greens and the yellows and oranges, and they are looking gorge. We're gonna get them. Oh, sorry. Out of the way. I do apologize if it is like just way too loud. Thank you. See, zigzag. That was the word I was looking for. I'm so confused. All of the time. No, not all of the time. Most of the time, I'm pretty onto it. Oh God, I'm sorry. So, we'll push all of these guys up, out of the way. It's almost like somebody should have organized bigger space on her desk to do this kind of a project. Silly past me. We'll put all of those up here. That's looking cute. And all of the greys are already kind of sectioned into their grey. I think that this is more of a brown though, so he can go over into the brown section. But all of these are definitely greys. And we'll put them right next to the pinks. You can be a purple. You are a pink. You are a pink. You are a pink. You are a purple. We're gonna make the purple like the defining purple to pink be like this. So it's like super obvious that we have that distinction between what is a purple and what is a pink. Because I'm like, this guy here, I'm like, are you a dark pink or are you a purple? I don't know. But that's why we're just doing the soft version at the moment. I'm like, you look more like a pink than a purple. Oh no. We'll swatch it and we'll find out. So this is looking cute. This is the soft finish of this kind of sectioning out of colors. Now we need to go through and make sure that we actually agree with what we've said. We might just start with the reds. Squeeze me. The reds are probably the best place to start. So like if I look at this swatch book, which we don't have room for anymore. No, move out of the way. We need to show the people the thing. Shove off. Get out. I don't want you around here anymore. Just put all of those up there. We'll roll all of this to the side, just very gently. Attempt. Because it's the kind of thing I can't really move the camera. So there we go. So the reds that I have picked out as actually being red are number 4, 6, and 3. So 4, 6, and 3 I would call red, but I'd also call 5 a red. So I guess the question is, where is 5? See, this is where it gets tricky because look at that. I know you can't see it. I'm sorry. There we go. Look at that. That doesn't look red. It looks orange, but when you swatch it, it looks more red than an orange, I feel. We're gonna need to bring the book back. It's like a burnt orange, isn't it? But then it could be considered a red because, like, even the red in this is not that. It's not that saturated, I guess. Don't let them steer you away from your task. Alrighty, what do we reckon? Do we reckon that the top one is an orange or a red? I'm just not sure. I feel like argument could be made for either. And we can't call it a burnt orange or like a blood orange. Like, We're not going to get like super pretentious with our color names. All right, we've got one for orange. No. I think that like they both, you see, exactly, they both look pretty orange, right? That is not number 5. I know it's like lies, right? It's like straight up lies. Alrighty, some for both, some for orange. We don't have anybody who's just like, it's pure red. So I'm just like, yeah, tangerine, get out of here. Alrighty. Okay, it seems that more of the consensus is towards the orange side anyway, so we'll call it orange. We'll call it orange, even if it's lies. So that's fine. But then I've also got the number 1 down as being like a red, and I'm just like, I don't really think it is. I might hear like number 2 a red, a very subdued kind of red. Sorry, I recognize that I'm holding the pens and you can't see what I'm talking about. Number 2, where are you? See, so this is number 2's cap color, but then when you actually swatch it out, it doesn't look like that. It looks like lies again. Like, I mean, maybe you could make an argument for it, but it doesn't really fit, in my opinion. It is kind of pinkish, but kind of reddish. I might just put you in both. And then you're supposed to be a red in theory, but yeah, see, that one doesn't match at all. This is much more of a like very gorgeous burgundy, and that's more like half-dried blood, which is like starting to brown. This is why I don't use the Crayola super tips, because they're liars. Liars and fiends. Number 4, totally. Number 2, sure. Number 3, sure. And number 6, sure. I think that, yeah, number 6 is probably actually the most red that we have. So this is the red. Yeah, all the Crayolas, they lie. So these are the red ones. They can go to the side. Red has been decided. Like half-dried blood. Tink, we made progress. Yay. Love it. So the next one we're going to do possibly is orange. So the colors that I picked out for orange were these guys here. So 10, yeah, it's like a slamming color. And then 21, yep, that makes sense. It doesn't look as fluoro on the page as it does in its cap color though, which is fine. Number 5 we decided was an orange, you guys. You guys decided for me. Always appreciated. 82 is like more of a brown when you swatch it, I think. So 82 should probably actually go into the browns. Oh, 100%. Yeah, it should. I'm sorry. I swatched that off to the side. You're probably like, Jess, I think it's not fair. Like, I guess you could make an argument for being orange. Again, cap color is a total liar. Always go over every bit twice, so that's how the Crayolas works. Oh, yeah. Well, now it just looks like way more brown. But again, what is this? Look at that. Where will the lies end? Oh, my lord. The caps don't match the color. Yeah, it's frustrating as heck. I'm like, I feel like in your, like, okay, we need to be nice here, because honestly, the Crayolas are an absolutely excellent option if you're on a budget. Like, they are super affordable, can be used for a bunch of different stuff, come in a great range of colors. But please, Crayola, you are like a very well-known brand, and I feel like you should be doing a better job at making sure that the caps match the actual colors. Please. That would be great. XOXO Jess. Done. Okay, so I think this is much more of a brown than it is an orange, so I'm going to put you over there. Those ones were fine. We decided they were fine. Didn't we? Yeah, 10. This one's number 19. Yeah, that's more of an orange. I would even argue possibly that 18's more of an orange than it is a pink. Where is 18? Ooh, eh. See, this is the problem. I go looking for it based on cap color, and the cap colors don't necessarily match. Yeah, it's like, okay, 20. 20 is totes orange. Totes orange. 18 is this one. I put it in the browns, so that's kind of interesting. Thank you for being here. Sorry you have to duck out. I think that is more of an orange, right? Based on the way that we were kind of defining orange. Yeah. Half-dry blood, Severus Snape on the verge of dehydration. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. No, don't spit out your drink. Like, my name is Jess. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Literally that. So these are my oranges. I'm thinking that looks pretty good. Though I also probably want to include 23 because that one wasn't in my lineup. And 24 can stay where it is. That makes sense. 22 is much more orange, so we can pull that one out. Where's the 23? Where are you? Where are you? Okay, I know you're here. There you are. So this one I think is actually much more of a orange. No, we just swatched it and said it was a brown. No, that was 82. I'm very confused. I'm very confused. Okay. What do we reckon? Orange or brown for that one? And again, we'll turn that on to focus. Do you reckon it's more of a brown or more of an orange? Because I'm leaning towards the orange. Oh, that's not a salmon. Salmon is like number 10. Where's number 10? 10. Salmon. Clown call. Oh no, not very put. That's gross. Alrighty, you guys are team orange. I'll be team orange. Excellent. See, this is why I need your help. Do a poll, lol. See, but where can I put my keyboard? Where keyboard. Like, orange is looking great. We're gonna put the oranges to the side. Bye bye orange. Say bye bye orange. Anyways, goodbye orange. We need to put this in a safe space. He can go over there. Cute. Progress. Just that's a completely different pen. So that looks cute. Loving that for us. What did I put 10 in? Uh-oh. Okay, no. Okay, secondary question. 10. Is 10 an orange or is 10 a red? Because, like, now as I'm looking at it, I feel like it's more of a red. Slap your keyboard right on top and hope for the best. Yeah, I know, that's the thing, eh? It's the type of thing that, like, if I wasn't so concerned about messing up the order, I would just chuck the keyboard straight on top. But I'm like, I don't think I can do that because I need these to stay where they are. Otherwise, escandalo, I will be sad. Like, see, I think that this guy here is more of a red than an orange. Yeah, we're back on 10 again. 10 is going to be like my nemesis color. One of the nemesis. Alrighty, you guys reckon orange. I believe in you. It's fine. We'll leave it where it is. At the end of the day, as long as the swatch is somewhere, it'll be fine. Yeah, number 30, guys. Number 30 for orange. Any takers? No? Okay, no. Tomato juice red for 10. Exactly. Can I get a 10? 10? No, going once, going twice. What goes next? Yellow. That was all yellow. So, 26? Yeah. 80. 80? 80? What? Did I number these wrong? Am I the drama? Oh my god, I'm sorry. I just realized I wasn't holding this, but this is supposed to be color number 80. And number 80 is like that, in theory. Let's go. Okay, I completely understand why I put 80 where I put 80. But that is stupid. Calm down with your highing. It's going to be okay. But I'm going to have to put you in timeout if you're going to be a spammy McSpammer face. That's just not friendly. Oh, dear. Anyway. 80. 80. Doesn't look right. Yeah, I know, right? Shh. Nobody wants to hear your spam. Be more chill. I know, right? 80 looks dumb. So I think that I might put 80, which is this one, which is ridiculous. I'm going to put that in brown because it looks like way more brown, or like even like almost, it's almost pink. Like, this is lies. How dare ye? So that's not gonna float my boat. So we're gonna put that away. You can be a brown color even though you look like lies. And this is the hard thing. Like, if I go looking for a pen color in my Crayola collection, I'll pick that up, be like, oh yeah, that looks like a kind of mustard. Nope, lies. So 25, fine. 24, fine. 27, fine. Where is 26? Where are 81? We put that in here before, didn't we? That's more like a dark browny kind of yellow. It's fine. Oh, it's behind my ear. Do you guys do that where you like either you're wearing your glasses or your sunglasses, you're like, where the hell are they? Rah, rah. Or like you use your phone to try and call your phone because you're trying to find your phone. Like, you know, those kind of things all the time. Whoops. So all my yellows can sit over on the other side. Good morning. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We've got those. Those are looking cute. I like kind of want to leave the green and blues till last because the transition colors just gives me the heebie-jeebies. So instead we might do, like, the grays are already pretty much done. So we'll just section the grays off and double check that we agree with the placements. So 100, yes, you are my palest gray. 97, yep, your totes gray. 93, I'm going to turn this around so you guys can actually see what I'm looking at. Apologies. 93, 95, like it's very steel bluey kind of thing, but it's still gray enough. It's fine. 98, yep. 96, that's... Like, it's gray enough, right? It's fine. Monica, you went there and somebody started spamming me. It's gray enough. It's fine. And 92. Yeah. Whoa. Okay. Anyways, we'll get to that when we get to that. 99. Yes. 89 is a brown. Why? Nope. You need to sit over there. And then 90 is also... What? No. I must have stuffed something up, right? I must have stuffed something up. I must have, because this is... Okay, thank God. I stuffed something up. That's fine. This is not supposed to be number 90. This is supposed to be 91. So where is pin 91? I was so concerned for a second that this was, like, that bad, but it's like, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, where's 91? So these two stickers have gotten the wrong way around, because according to my swatch, number 90 is supposed to be this brown color, and number 91 is supposed to be my black. This is upsetting. It's the kind of thing that I don't really want to pull the tape off because I feel like it's just going to end up being like, oh, not sticky enough once I do that. But it needs to be done because otherwise I'll end up labeling it wrong on my rainbow swatches that we're doing at the moment. And that would be even less ideal. So, you know, we need to change them over for the greater good. It's much better. You're pushing your glasses up on your nose when you're not wearing them. Poke yourself in the eye. Oh my gosh, no. You have to take a work call. I'll allow it because you're actually working. Monica has told us to be good, guys, so we have to be good. Okay, don't make Monica angry at me. I'm having real struggles here because I don't really know where I want to put it because I want it to kind of be in line with what I've had before, but then there's this like weird printed on number, because that's the thing with the Crayolas is that they have a number printed on the barrel. It's just that every pen has a random ass number. It's not like they're not actually all different and they're not in any kind of order. So I'm just like, wow, rude. Okay, these are the grays. The grays are looking fine. And they can go sit... Oh, I dropped one. They can go sit over here. Out of my way. Pick that one up. Done. Excellent. So the grays are officially sorted into their color family. The pinks and purples shouldn't be too hard to do, right? Because we decided that this... What, 73? 73? 73 is much more purple. Yes, that's fine. So 71 is a purple, 70 is a purple, 69 is a purple, but yeah, there we go. 69 is a purple, 68 is a purple, 67. Where is 67? Like, seriously, where have I put it? I'm gonna have to go through every single pen and just like scroll them around. See, this is why the Tombows were so much easier, because they have their own little holder. They always sit in the same place. Everything is dandy. I'm assuming that this one might be 67. No, that looks too... I probably put it in the blue section, didn't I? Yep, I did. So 67 here, I feel like is more of a kind of... It's like kind of a periwinkle kind of color. Now as I look at it, it's probably more blue, right? You know, I say that, but on camera it looks way more purple. Like... Irish Pirate Queen. Hiya! Countdown spread and the random numbers you're saying are making me nervous that you're going to mess up. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I completely understand that. The purple that I had on the side, yeah, that one, I don't know, because I feel like... Okay, when I first got the Crayola Super Tips, my brother got me a 20-pack? No, my brother bought me the 100 set, but that's after I'd already bought myself the 20-pack. So I think this one comes from the 20-pack, and that's why it might be a double up, and I think this is actually number 69, maybe? Where is 69? Because, like, the caps do not look the same, though. I don't know how well that actually shows up on camera, but they are not the same. Yeah. And then... I don't know, are those different? Are they the same? I feel like I might need to do an individual stripe of color. So if I do like an individual stripe, you see that ink dump at the end, right? Everybody saw that? It happened. Ink dump. And then, because I think that this is the same pen. Yeah, I reckon it's the same, even though the caps are different. So I honestly think that when they make the Crayolas, it's not like they're not necessarily, maybe they're not manufactured in the same place, I don't know, or like they're not necessarily consistent in setting up the I'm gonna put you with the purples. Like, I think it's a purple. Like, yeah, it's definitely the same. Okay, that's good, because I'm just like, you guys are way too similar, which means I don't actually have to swatch this purple, but thank you for reminding me. Always appreciate your help. Well, there we go. So now, haha, see, it doesn't focus on my hands, it focuses on the pens. So in terms of this one, 72 is, yeah, I'd call you a purple. Why not? It's like a very pink purple, but it's still a purple. And then 69, totes a purple. 68, totes a purple. 51, much more of a blue. It's like an ice blue. Ice blue. Ding, 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 ding. You are a purple, like a magenta purple. 67 we said it was. 66 is much more blue than it is purple, though. 71 is purple, and 70 is purple. Are there any other purples? Maybe 74? Did I say 74? I think that 74 deserves to be here. We're going to swatch it and see. Okay. So you see this beautiful kind of color. It looks very pinkish. And then you swatch it, and it's magenta. What? What? So annoyed. Monica says that we're on mute, but she can still see us. Mike Wazowski always watching. Always watching. Mike Wazowski. Always watching. Beautiful. Thank you for being here while you could be here. Yes, I know this is a timely process, so yeah, we're trying. It's time for pink. Yay! Okay, so 13, yes. 16, yes. See, 17 is where we start to get into the realm of, like, aren't you orange? But we'll get to that. 1. Seriously? Seriously? Look at this. This is beautiful. What the heck is that? What? Like, I might even call that, like, a burgundy red, and I'm actually going to put this with the reds. I feel lied to. Sounds like a pen auction. Yeah, a little bit, eh? Yeah, magenta is a fake color, isn't it? And there are other ones like the impossible orange and stuff like that. I lost my place. Okay, 13 we already looked at. 16 we already looked at. 86 is a brown. You go over there. You're a lie. 9, yep, that's slamming. but pink slamming. Just to check. Just checking that it's actually pink. Oh, an argument could be made for red. And because we don't have that many reds, I'm going to favor red. I lied, I'm bringing it back because it's pink. Yeah, it could be that. Like, the cap could have been mixed up. Like, that number 1, though, is like, this is why I have trust issues. Like, 75. Okay. 75 is, yeah, it's kind of like a rose, like that kind of like typical kind of like bluish rose pink. So I'm going to go with that. 12, yep, totes. It's like Barbie pink. 14, yep, totes pink. 79. Yeah, that's like it's like a vintage pink. 76. Yeah, that's like a subdued pink. It's fine. And then 8 is, yeah, 8's a pink. That's cool. 15 is a pink. 77. Yep, that's a pink. 17. Okay, 17 I guess is kind of contested. Like 11 and 7 can both stay in the realm of pink. But this one I feel like I'm just going to get your opinion on because I trust you guys. This is a pink, right? It's not an orange. I feel like the blurredness actually helps, so I'm going to leave it blurred. But do you think that that's more of a pink, an orange, or a brown? Because I think I'm starting to lean towards pink. I think it's probably like it's like that kind of like soft vintage pink. Yeah, alrighty. That's 3 pinks in a row. I think that's good. You done it. You guys are onto it. It's pink. Bam! Yeah, it's kind of like a little bit of peachy pink, but it's like, I don't think it's orange enough to be with the orange. All right, we're going to put you guys over there out of the way so that I know where you are. And now we're into the official zone of sadness, known as green versus blue. Now, some of these greens, Exhibit A, are obviously green. Like, obviously green, obviously green, obviously green, all of those. Could be green, could be gray. 9-4 is more of a gray. I'm actually going to pull you out. Come back here. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. 97. 97. Yep. You heard it here first. That's 97, guys. 47 is fine. 35 is fine. It's these kind of colors that I'm just like, I don't know about you, but I don't know. I feel like all of those kind of blues look like blues. And all of these greens look like greens. So I'll chuck you guys down here. We'll make these decisions first, and then we will check these ones. Because these ones are the ones that are like, totes fine. And these ones are the ones that are like, I don't know. Let us do check. I'm going to flip this upside down so you can see what we're looking at. Okay, so we're going to go in number order. So I'll do 43 first. That's green. Like 100%. That is green. Done. 49. What do you guys reckon? 49? Blue or green? And then 50. Ooh. I'm conflicted. I feel like 49 is more blue than the 50 is. 49 looks more blue than the 50 is. Yep. See, Bella's got it. It's yellow, obviously, guys. Oh my god, it's chartreuse. It's distinctly not chartreuse. Let's see. I'll give you guys back your focus so you can see what we're looking at. Poink. Aggressive much. So yeah, I think that the 49 is much more of a blue, but the 50 looks more like a green to me. It's like a sea green. Yeah. See, I feel like this is, again, part of the reason why I just like don't use the Crayolas as much is because I can't trust them. They're liar pens. Alrighty, I think that we're going to go with 49 in blue and 50 in green. And then all of the rest of these should be fairly straightforward. But we will check because we are consistent or something. We're doing an official system here. I don't know what the word is. 28, yep, totes. Okay, whoa, where did 27 end up? Because that is an aggressive fluoro color. 38, yep, cool. 29, yep, for sure. 44, yep, totally. 31, yes. Oh, you know, I'm supposed to not be saying the numbers, eh? We're professionals! I'm not supposed to say the numbers because then I'll confuse people with their countdownings. And then and then what? Nope. Anyways, I know we've already talked about it. I'm going to stop going on about how much the cap colors don't match up because I'm probably sounding like a broken record. But again, I feel like victimized. See, okay, you look like a green, but you swatch like a blue. But then you swatch like a mint. Fine, you're mint. Fine. It might just be like the volume of pen ink that I've put down. I probably put it down lightly for a reason. But then, like, when you're amongst blue friends, you look more blue. No, you're mint. Don't lie to me. You finished with the number part. Okay, excellent. 39 then. 39 is fine. 45 is fine. 47 is fine. 35. 34. 33. Oh god, it's that damn gross color again. Okay, you're green. You're green enough. It's fine. You look a lot more green on this paper than this paper. That frustrates me. It frustrates me because we've made choices based on swatching on here, but then the paper looks different to there sometimes. Which is funny because they're both from Ultra and Olive, so you'd be like, huh? Alrighty. 55. Do we agree? No. No. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I know I said I wasn't going to say it, but please. Why? Oh my gosh. Anyways, you're blue. Get out of my life. You're green. Oh, beautiful. I love that. Okay. We have a healthy stack of greens, and we are going to put them as far away as possible from the other blues and yellows and stuff like that, so that it is very obvious where they are supposed to be. If you roll off the table, I will literally cry. So you stay right there, please and thank you. I'm putting a razor in front of you to protect you. I don't think it's going to help. 35 not grey? I see, because I thought that the 35 was more of like, it's kind of in that sagey kind of realm. Oh, just a reminder, if you're here on the live, you might have to refresh because you might be far behinder than you think you are. Like, you should be at this point. I mean, it doesn't really help, does it? Because, like, by the time you watch this, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm up to the 2 hour, 17-minute mark. But, yeah, just in case, do a cheeky little refresh. It's fine. You'll miss out on nothing. Here, I'll give you some dead air for you to refresh. And hopefully you're coming back to it and now it's live. Okay, excellent, fabulous, moving right along. I'm going to keep this as a green. It could be considered a grey, but anywho. How to refresh on the phone, I think it's like the pull-down thing, like the, I don't know what it's called. Or you can like go out and come back in, I don't know. But I know on the computer it's just like, press the refresh button. That's what I do. I guess that's the question. Who's watching on their phone versus who's watching on like, are you watching on a phone or a TV, or are you watching on a computer? Because, like, most of the time when I'm watching YouTube, it's very rarely on my phone. I don't know why. I just don't tend to watch things on my phone, I suppose. Also, tink, because I feel like we haven't had enough drink breaks. Oh my gosh. Jess is just going to let you get dehydrated. I think not. We'll have none of it. I need to remember not to breathe while I'm trying to drink, though, because, oh my god, I almost died. Not really, but I could have choked, and it wasn't pleasant. Oh, yeah, laptop, tink, computer, phone. Wow, lots of phones. You guys are like a whole another breed of person. I mean, I just can't. I'm proud of you for being able to do the thing that I can't do. Alrighty, bluing. Yes. Yes, I'm not even going to check them on here because I feel like I've been lied to even by my swatch. Yes. Yes. Oh, that's beautiful when it goes down the first time. Yes, it's like an icy blue. This one was the one where the cat was a liar. Such a liar. Ooh, ooh, smiley blue. I like that color. That's a pretty color. Ooh, that's bright. That's bright. Yep, it's like an icy blue. These are getting hard to hold in my hand. I've got them like all here. Yep, that was the kind of green blue. Ooh, that was off on a bit of a tangent. It's almost like I should have had a separate swatch for teals, but I wanted to keep it fairly simple. But in trying to keep it simple, I have made it tricky. If you have now got a blur, you might have to go to the cog, and in the cog, select, like, instead of auto, you can just select, like, the highest, whatchamacalls. I know what it is. Resolution. There we go. We got there. Look at it. We've got a blue swatch, and the blue swatch was fairly good. But now as I look at that one, it is looking aggressively green, isn't it? I know in like camera mode it probably doesn't look as green, but we're gonna do you a little show and tell. Crayola stupid tips. Literally that. This is actually a lot more green in person than it is blue, so I am gonna pull it out. Because yeah, it doesn't really look like he fits. It's very much like, one of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. It's number 49 if you were wondering. But everybody else looks beautiful. And then just the browns. Just the browns to look at. And we're going to just do the whole swatch-a-McGee thing because, you know, I feel like I'm faster at just taking the caps off pens and putting them on the paper than I am, yeah, shove it to the greens. Bam. That is distinctly brown. You are distinctly brown. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. I can't not think of the Doctor Who episode when I do that, though, because it feels like, you know, the one where, okay, actually, spoilers. I mean, spoilers from many years ago, but just close your ears. La, 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 la. Like the one where they were doing the different game shows, but in space. But if you died, get out. If you lost, you died. If you died, you died. Like in the sun is sunny because it's the sun. These all look like browns. I feel not lied to by my choices of browns. Yay! Alrighty, so that's looking cute. We love that for us. We are going to work through in order. Yeah, backtracked 10 seconds and then it corrected. Oh, excellent. That's a really good hint. I like the helpful hint. Yeah, it is a good episode, eh? Excuse me. So, starting with red, what a great place to start. We have a grand total of 5 reds, which we decided we were going to start with a C. So, C is for Crayola. It's good enough for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The actual getting them into the swatch book, this is the part that I'm like so excited about because I'm like, oh my god, it's all coming together. Yeah, the naked kept Jack Sparrow was just like, oh, please tell me more about this game show. 3, 4, 2, 1, 6. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Love it. And now I'm going to put it down and be like, this color doesn't belong here. There you go. 1, 2, 3. 4. And 6. Yay! Fixing the blur! We love that. Yeah, it's I don't know why it does it. I think it's like, okay, sometimes when I'm watching lives, I kind of forget that I'm watching live, and I'll be like trying to do something and be like, oh, they're talking too much, like, you know, not in a rude way, more like I'm trying to focus, so I'll pause it, and then I'll unpause it, forgetting that it was a live video, and now I'm like out of sync with where the conversation's actually at. So then when you put your comments into the chat, they're from like 4 or so minutes ago, like whatever, so they don't really make sense anymore. And which is, you know, it's not necessarily a problem. Like, you know, if you're commenting, I'm always going to be down for you guys leaving me comments and stuff, but it's more like so that you can actually kind of partake in the chat in a more timely manner, I suppose, so that you're actually kind of like part of the conversation. Is just a little easier if you're you know, up to date, quote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm glad you get what I mean. You know what I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 oranges. 5, 10, 18. Do you guys ever use a sing-song voice to help you remind yourself of something? So it's like if you have to remember a sequence of like items, you use a sing-song voice because then it's like you've got the kind of familiarity of the sing-song to like remind you with like what the items were. Oh, sorry. Forgot to set the how we say focus to the right level. Oh my gosh. I've recently acquired a new camera, or let's say an actual camera for my live streams, because previously I was just using my phone, which meant that we would the audio would be done through my phone rather than like my proper microphone, and it's just it was just not as ideal, and I wanted something where I could have a proper camera, like kind of a thing, not a webcam, like a proper camera that I could use for streaming or like use as a webcam effectively. And so I finally got one. And one of the things that I found is that they said like, oh yeah, you can just use like a USB-C cable to plug it into your computer. And I'm like, oh well, that's awesome. Like I don't really need to buy anything so super separate. Use your words. Come on, anything super special to be able to do the streaming. Ooh, that's a nice orange. But the issue is that it caps the quality like so much. So I was like, okay, that's not really gonna work. So instead, like this is supposed to be fluoro, but it's actually a really nice orange. Anyways, instead I was like, I'm gonna have to end up getting a capture card so that then the quality isn't capped to something like dumb. It was like lower than HD quality. I'm like, that's just not gonna work. So that happened. But then the issue that I also had is that I bought myself a dummy battery, which is effectively like, it's like a camera battery that plugs directly into the wall. So you don't actually have a battery per se. It's more just like you're plugged into the wall. So it doesn't ever run out of power. But the one that I got was defective. So currently we are running on battery power. Hopefully it doesn't go flat before we finish. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. I'm actually going to put the pens back into the pen bucket as I go. Just so that then my desk is a little bit tidier. As said, I do really need to find a new storage solution for the super tips, because especially when the cap colors don't match, having them just in that bucket isn't really the business, but it's all good. No, go away. I don't want you here. Go away, go away, go away. Not talking to you. I want you here. Please stay. But the pens, no, they need to wait their time. Wait your turn. Go away. There we go. Cute. Can't remember what I was talking about, so it must have been something important. 5 Crayola yellows. 5 Crayola yellows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Putting them in order. 24, 25, 26, 27, 81. Silly. Yeah. T is for Tombow, C for Crayola. D, 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 D. Yep. 24. Uh-oh. There's a knock at the door. You know what that means? It means that the air pump people are here to do work on the air pump. So hopefully they're either not going to be too loud, or it's more just like if they are loud, I can just close the door and then we don't hear them anymore. At least I think it's them. I'm not too sure. Actually, are they even coming today? I don't even know. Vogel has booked in some like housework kind of stuff for the next couple of days, and I don't necessarily know when it's happening, which is a little bit problematic, but that's okay. Okay, yeah, it's totally those peeps. Whoa, that is so yellow. Where will the lies end, Crayola? That is like fluorescent, whereas the one that had a fluorescent cap for the orange, absolutely not. Alrighty. 81. Yep. Contrasting answers, everyone. Which ones are contrasting answers? What are we debating? Is there debate? I'm really bad at keeping up with the chat, especially when I'm trying to write tiny numbers and swatch pens. Let's see. Uh-oh. Don't want to go. Alright, we promise we'll be good. Oh, is she lying again? I was focused. I thought I was doing a very good job. I'm proud of me for my efforts. I mean, admittedly, I can't really remember what happened in the last 5 minutes outside of the swatching, so I just assumed that it means I was only swatching. Just saying. Alrighty, we're on to the greens. Da-na-na-na. And I've kind of enjoyed just putting them in number order because I don't really mind that the colors, like this one turned into quite a nice little gradient. I thought that went quite well. This one went like, you know, it wasn't too bad. So I think just keeping them in number order will be fine. Ooh, Sunday afternoon. Yeah, okay, that's a good question. For whom is it Sunday versus for whom is it Monday? Or if you're watching this on the replay and you feel like answering the question too, let us know what day of the week you're watching on. I'm just interested in this kind of stuff. All right, we'll put you over to the side so we can kind of see our little green scheme. So 28 goes here, 40 goes there, 48 goes here, 43 goes there, 50, 36. It's problematic that you guys roll so much. It makes it hard to order the pens, but it's fine. It's just fine. 31, 29, 32, 33, 44, 39, 47. Sunday for like 29 more minutes. Nice. Yeah, I figured it was probably Sunday for the majority of people. I mean, I think that there's a bigger pool of time to pick from if you're, you know, in the Sunday part of the world. So maybe a little bit unfair to our Monday compadres, which is me. I am Monday. Hello, I am Monday. Like, you may address me as such. 34 and 35 and 52 and 49 and 45. Nice. Crushed it. Okay, this is looking very good. I mean, much longer. See, this is what I was kind of concerned about, though, because the greens, like, we always have more greens. Like, I've got the most pen colors in terms of, like, my acrylographs in the green and pink spectrum, and then I have the most colors in the green and pink spectrum for, like, the Tombows as well, and the most colors in the green and pink spectrum for the Crayola Super Tips. So I'm a little bit concerned that I'm not actually going to have enough room because we still have a bit of swatching to do. So it might be the kind of thing that I actually have to split the pages in half and do one down the middle. And I feel like, you know, if I'm just using the numbers, it's not going to be a problem. But some of my pens don't have numbers. Some of them just have names, which is like super great. Oh, 37. You're not where you belong. You're not where you belong. But yeah, it is what it is. Alrighty, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24! Oh, which means that if I'm gonna do it, I need to do it now, which is like super great. It's fine, but it's annoying. So across here we have 12 and a half because I've left a gap here between the border and my actual kind of like ladder of swatching. So we're gonna have to do 6. And where's the pencil? Where's my pencil? Pencil. Like, seriously, where have you put it? I have no idea. There it is. There's my pencil. You know, despite, okay, my office is so much neater now that I actually have storage spaces. So, like, things are off the floor and things have homes, but there's still enough declutter, get out. There's still enough disorganization on my desk that I'm just like, where is my stuff? Have you seen my stuff? So if you're 6 and you're 6, that means that the column should go here. Here. There we go. So we're going to have to draw out a little bar of swatchums before we continue. Thankfully, I left these pens out, though, because I knew I would probably have to do it. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's frustrating that the super tips have no names or numbers, like that they're not printed on them. I know we already talked about this, but still, let's just reiterate the point, just in case Crayola decided to join the stream. Not that I think that they did, but still. If you could have printed them with some names or numbers, it would have been super great. And if you could make the caps actually match the color of the pen ink, that would have been even better. Just putting it out there, maybe for next time. Okay, thanks, bye. Because they have, I don't know, this is more of a question than a statement. They do have color names for the Crayola colors of the world pens, right? Because I know that that's one that people talk about a lot. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, so for the ladder that we're making here, I do the horizontal lines first, just because when I do the vertical lines, I'm going to go over the dot grid, and I won't be able to get my lines straight horizontally if I don't have the dot grid there, especially because I do not want to have to rule all of these little lines. I will totally rule the side ones, totally fine, but these little horizontal ones, ruling those would take an unnecessarily long amount of time considering how short the line is. Like, I don't mind if these little lines are a little cattywampus, but having to rule them all out, just, yeah, not the business. These longer ones, though, I don't want them to be cattywampus, because that would just be like, that would just not be ideal. It would make me very sad. But these little ones, it's fine. Oh, there we go. So we line up, see with the dots, make beautiful things, and draw through. Beautiful. I love it. And for now, because obviously when I put my horizontal lines in, because I still want the dots to be there so that I could do these vertical lines, I do have to go and touch some of them up. And that's fine. It's the end, like, at the end of the day, it's very small, and it doesn't really matter if it doesn't line up 100% perfectly. As long as I've got my color blocks and it doesn't look like a complete mess, I'm pretty happy. Same idea with the border on the pages. Like, all the borders on all of these pages has just been done by hand, so they are not perfect at all. But they are close enough that I'm still okay with it. Like, if I completely stuffed it up, sure, we'd be getting out the little, sticky papers from before that we were talking about. But I wanted this journal to be very forgiving in terms of the way that I set it up, and a lot more straightforward than some of the ones that I've done previously. Because in my previous long-term collections journals, I tried to go a little bit too hardcore, I think, with some of the, like, possible kind of decoration-y bits and stuff. Not even a lot. It was only just like washi tape and stuff like that, or like trying to do a little bit of decorative lettering or something. But then because the pages of the journal didn't actually match with each other, I just got unnecessarily irritated by using it. Like, things didn't look like they all belonged together. Not to say that they need to, it's just like a personal preference thing. So in this journal, everything is done with just like a very simple one color, very simple like headers that are in that kind of same style. The pages that don't sit well with me in this one are the ones where I kind of break out of that style. So these ones are fine. These ones kind of annoy me because they don't have the same kind of header title and they've got washi. I'm like, I'm not going to change them now because, they are in there, but it doesn't soothe my soul quite as much. But anywho, I also do have a full flip through of this journal, so we don't need to flip through it right now, but just a thought. So, Crayola super tips. We said there were 24, right? I'm going to count again because, again, I don't trust past me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, 12 times 2. That gives us the full kit and caboodle. Beautiful. So, how many do we have here? We have 6 here and then 6 up the top. Great success. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Of course, if you're doing your own swatches, you don't have to do them the way I do them. Godoy, because, like, you know, you do you, boo. But if you did want to do them in a similar way, you also don't have to be as kind of like hardcore as I am. Like having the colors together, for instance. I like to have all of these colors together so that then I can, you know, use them for, if I'm looking for a green, I come here kind of thing. You also don't have to have them so that all of the pen types are together. You could just, you know, chuck all of your green pens into a bucket and pull them out one by one or whatever. It's totally fine. Some people do the most beautiful swatch pages, and I am like so jealous, but I know that it's one of those things that I'm like, I don't need it to be that gorgeous. I need it to be functional. And if I'm going to put effort into making something gorgeous, I'd rather it be like my monthly setup. And that's not like a shady comment, because I do think that there is value in gorgeous pages, regardless of what their use is for. It's just not for me. I like the simplicity of these ones. They're just going to be more functional. And they're still kind of pretty, you know, in their own kind of more minimalist-esque way. Though some people would say that this isn't very minimalist and that I'm being a little bit extra. Oh my god, Jess, you're using more than a black pen. GTFO. What are you saying with this minimalism bullshit? But, you know, I wonder, because I know, okay, I'm off on a tangent again, but at least I'm still writing my numbers, so we can't have a go at me now. But I don't for most of my layouts, yeah. For most of my layouts, I don't consider them to be very extra, but I know for some people they most certainly do. So I was wondering, like, you know, for your system, do you consider yourself to be like a minimalist, quote quote, or a maximalist, or like slightly more minimalist or slightly more maximalist? I think that, like, you know, there's always a time and a place for a happy balance. Yay for us. But I think that most people tend to lean towards one side or the other, you know, more decorative or more not decorative. And there are merits in both systems, and there is nobody here, or at least I'm not going to be the person saying that it needs to be one way or the other. I also do not think at all that like a decorative layout isn't a functional layout. Like, they can be both. They are not opposites. I'm just curious. Come on, words. I'm just curious. Which one do you consider yourself to be? Do you consider yourself to be more minimalist or maximalist in terms of your decoration? Or, you know, there we go. Oh, alrighty, here we go. So we've got moderately minimalist. Nice. Middle of the roadist. Focused on the function first and then go ham on the decoration. Yes, for ham decoration. Yeah, it's that thing. I was like, just because you're being decorative does not mean you're not making things functional. And in a similar way that, like, just because something doesn't have a lot of decoration doesn't mean that it can't be beautiful. You know? Yeah, no gatekeeping here on how you want to use your journal. Like, unless you don't want to use it. And in that case, we got a problem, bruv. You know, I want you to use your journal and I want you to enjoy using your journal. But how you use it, it's all good with me. As long as it's serving the need you need it to fill. Yeah. Because, I mean, like, you know, everything is a spectrum, or like, you know, a bowl of soup. So it's like, there are different types of maximalism as well. So, like, for me, I don't really use stickers. I find stickers hard to use. Like, decoratively, I find decorative stickers kind of hard to use just because I never really know how to place them. So because that's like out of my wheelhouse, I suppose, I find that to be like more maximalist than my style, even though, like, for people who do use stickers, they probably see my kind of like more drawing based kind of stuff and be like, oh, well, that's like a lot more maximalist because sticker placing and selection and stuff is easier for me. So it's just like, you know, it's one of those things that, like, you know, we can have interesting conversations around it and stuff, but without taking it to a negative place. And I think that we, as our tiny team, yay for us, do an excellent job of it. Good job, guys. Good job on being supportive of others. I'm proud of you. There we go. 38. 39. I think what makes me sad is when you see, like, minimalism groups, I suppose. Not the group itself. Their existence is not what's making me sad. But when you see minimalism groups and somebody posts in there with something that for them and for their style is minimalistic, and then people are like, oh no, that's not minimalism. I'm like, okay, calm down, minimalism gatekeeper. Like, I don't know. I don't really hang out in a lot of those spheres because if I see that kind of behavior, I'm just like, yeah, nah, I'm not about it, not the business. But that kind of stuff makes me sad. It's just like, you know, you don't have to be decorative to be a bullet journalist. You don't have to be minimalist to be a bullet journalist. You don't need to use a dot grid to be a bullet journalist. You don't even need to use a blank notebook to be a bullet journalist. No. It's all good. Anywho, the greens are looking excellent. I'm glad that we put this extra line in because the page was looking very barren almost. And yes, again, I know that we're going to get to pens that have like actual proper, like longer names, but we'll just squash them in. It's fine. Because I mean, the ones that have names are things like the calligraphs, which have like a name that's short enough that you can fit 2 columns of stuff in. So I think that this is going to work just fine. And eventually I will go and put more columns in for all of the other pages so that then they're all matchy. But if I can avoid doing that for any of them today, then I will avoid doing them. Because they are it's not like super like time intensive or anything. Like it can be done in a couple of minutes, but it's more just like I just want to put all the pretty colors down, and that's what I wanted to come out and do today. I say come out. I am literally sitting in my office in my I like to call them my hobo clothes because they're just like real comf and just like chilling around the house kind of stuff. Excuse me, biscuit, come back here. But there we go. My plebeian clothes. I think it's a thing. I'm just like, I don't think it's necessary to like, the gatekeeping doesn't seem necessary in a way. Like, there are probably some spaces the gatekeeping is necessary, like clubs, you know, where you're not allowed to let the drunk people in or people who are underage. But for bullet journaling, it doesn't seem necessary. All right, that looks gorge. Are you why I started saying "squeeze me"? I don't know, maybe. I take no responsibility for my actions. That's probably a good time to tink. Tink. I've noticed recently how easy it is to add things into your general like speech patterns. It doesn't actually take very long for you to say like certain things just like as part of your regular everyday speak kind of a thing. So I've recently started saying biscuit instead of bitches. But it really didn't take very long between me deciding, you know what, that's a thing. I'm going to start doing that now and actually doing it. I don't know why you want me to say cactus, but there's your cactus. Alrighty, 6, 5, 6, 3, 58, 57, 53, 61. There's a fly in my house. I can hear it. If it starts to come and bother me, I'm going to be most upset. There we go. There we go. 6. Ah, it's bothering me! Ah! I am now most upset. 59. That's good. 54. 51. I swear to the good Lord, could you go away? You are not allowed up there. Go away. Go away. I would close my door, but the cooler is on, and I would like to remain cool. Cool the cucumber. But if it starts to really bother me, I'm going to usher it outside, and I'll just sit in my hot box of sadness because boff. Because boff. 59. I know, right? It's so noisy. I could like hear it while it was out in the corridor. Thank you for being here, Carolyn. Bye for now. I don't know, Fan, when I ask her something and she doesn't know. That's great. Yeah. It's one of those things like when the people around you or the people that you spend the most time with start saying things often, then you kind of just quite naturally pick up on it too. And that doesn't necessarily need to be hanging out with people in person either. It can be hanging out with people on the internet. Yeah, you're gonna say I'll do you a murder? Yeah, I say that a lot too. Or when like there was one day that Vogel went to work. Like, okay, he goes to work a few days, not just one, but anywho, there was one day he went to work and he didn't lock the front door. So I texted him saying like, "Are you trying to do me a murder? You trying to have me get a murder?" Stuff like this. Like, yep, part of the regular speak now. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. That's not the business. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I very much want to, in this book, make a like, maybe not this one or like a book, whatever, somewhere. I want to make a list of like shit Jess says kind of a thing. So it's like every time I start to kind of really latch on to saying something in particular, I would write it down in that space so that then I kind of have this record of like my like typical speak. Yeah, it's Cindy totally with her situation. Like, because I started doing that for a while. I'm like, Jess, we need to stop. And then let's see. What we've got, yeah. Does Vogel do for work? He is a patent examiner, a senior patent examiner. So he examines patents, funnily enough, and effectively tells people whether they are like novel, inventive, like does it actually count as an invention? Like, can you actually have a patent for it effectively? So he does that. Which, I mean, like, sounds boring as shit, honestly. Like, if I'm honest, it is not my kind of thing to be in that kind of space. Is not really kind of something that I would enjoy, but I know he enjoys, like, you know, his colleagues and that kind of stuff. But yeah, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. That says 24. What the heck is your damage, Jess? Come on with the numbers. See, this is why I'm saying them out loud, so that I could, in theory, write them correctly. But alas, here I am, not being able to do things. Yeah, it is what Einstein did for a while. So he checks auras. Oh, what? No. Patents. Aura check. That's kind of cool. Like, oh no, do we have somebody spamming? I hope not. That would be most unfortunate, but I don't know if they're still spamming or if they're kind of being a little bit more chill. I don't have the window open because I've still got my swatch card open. Let's close that down. Yeah, patents. Like a patent? I guess is how they say in some places. Patents? Patents? 51. Oh, excellent. So you have outed yourself as the person who is spamming. How about we just say, could you not? Yeah, like Monica said, if you're not going to be a, part of the team, I guess we could say, I will have to ask you to leave. And by that, I mean, I will have to block you. And I don't like having to block people. I like to think that people can make good choices. So let's make good choices. So 55 and 56. Like, I don't want to have to use my teacher voice. Like, yeah, like literally today would just be the first day back at school, and I am much more pleased to be here with you fine folks doing this. To be honest, like, I always loved the first day for the, like, you know, getting to kind of introduce yourself to the class and like go over the safety rules of science, which is like kind of funny, like that I'd find that to be as enjoyable as I do. We make it fun. And, you know, you're kind of like setting your routines and stuff like that. I did find that enjoyable, but the first week of school, every time you'd get home, it was like literally go straight to bed, because you just like having you constantly on all day. Ooh, God, it was a struggle. So I don't miss that. Another thing that I'm not really going to miss so much is the fact that the school I worked in didn't have any air conditioning, and because this time of year is summer in New Zealand, and our buildings weren't very well ventilated, everything was so hot. So you'd get to the end of like period 2 and it'd just be like, great, I feel like a swamp. Like, bleh, everything is gross. So we don't need that. Very much more excited about living in my office right now, swatching my pens, hanging out with you fine folks. 66. Oh, beautiful. Look at this swatch coming together. See, I thought we would have more blues, almost, but it's actually, yeah, see, gross. No air conditioner. I know, right? And, okay, so this might be a little bit snarky, but we're going to say it anyways. They tried to pass it off as this whole, like, oh, you know, we're doing our bit for the environment. And I'm like, yes, I understand that, but, like, you also need to provide a safe working and learning environment for the people in this building. And it's absolutely awful. Like, it was absolutely awful. So, I don't even know. Big shrug. Ooh, first day of student teaching is tomorrow, so yay, looking forward to less free time. Well, I hope that your student teaching goes super, super well. I did love being a teacher. I really did. I just I couldn't do this and teaching, you know? It had to be it had to be one or the other. So I picked you guys. Don't tell my students I said that. They'll be sad. No, I think it's just one of those, like, because I knew I didn't want to quit this, like, I really enjoy what I do on the internet here. I could not be the teacher I wanted to be and still do this, you know? If that kind of makes sense. Probably wording it poorly. I was a teacher for 1, 2, 3. Let's see. I actually can't remember. I think I started in 2016, so 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 6.5 years? Yeah, 6.5 years sounds right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gorge. Birthday school was the worst. It was your B-day. Oh, yeah. See, my birthday was always in the first week of term 4, but then more recently it had started being in the holidays just because of how things worked out, which was a little bit weird. 67. I did write C for those ones, didn't I? I didn't write T. I was so worried for a second. Yeah, that's a good question. What month is your birthday in? Like, I would like to know. I think that the majority of people's birthdays usually fall in September because, you know, it's 9 months after the holidays. Bounce, wow. But I'd still be curious. 68, 69, 70. There was a question I missed. If this stops working, would you go back? Yeah, probably. I mean, like, again, I did enjoy teaching. It was just more like trying to do teaching and this at the same time was like not a thing. So I would probably go back even just to see, like, if I could handle the jandle. Handle the jandle as a just teacher, I guess you could say. I say just in a nice way. It's not supposed to be like a rude thing. It's like, oh, you're just a teacher. No. More just like I didn't have this job here on the internet with the fine folks like you. And do teaching as well, because that was too much. Like, you know, I recognize that, but we know that Jess has no chill. She loves to bite off more than she can chew, and then she chews it. Most of the time. Sometimes things end up like her vlog channel. Da-na-na-na. I think it's one of those things. I'm like, has the vlog channel run its course? Like, you know, is it all over for the vlog channel? I don't think it is, but you know, I am still yet to get back to it. I feel kind of bad about that. 70. Beautiful. Oh, so gorgeous. Justice for the vlogs. Oh, I love it. There we go. 71. Cute. Ooh, okay, so what we got? Yeah, teaching was exhausting. Ooh, May babies, and we've got December and November and April and June. There we go. Well, what? My mum's birthday is 9 months before my birthday. I was born a day early though. So my mum's birthday is the 12th of January and my birthday is the 11th of October. Ooh, is there a birthday? I love birthdays. Let's see. Ronan? Aw, happy birthday. You have the ability to take leave. Yay! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ronan. Hopefully I said that right. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip. Hooray. Hip hip. Hooray. Hip hip. Hooray. Now we count, right? 1, 2. Okay, we're not going to do that. So we're moving on to pink. Crushing it. Alrighty. Hooray. So 7. I know there's a delay, obviously. So I need to be mindful of that. I'm just like, there you go. 13 and 16 and 15 and 76 and 77. Yeah, the pinks are kind of the split, I guess you could say. When it comes to the Crayolas, start at pink and then kind of like wrap around back to pink. 77, 75, 77, 79. And then 12 and then 17 and all that. I think that putting them in their number order was a good idea. I think it just kind of like took some of the selective pressures out of my decision making, which was kind of nice. Made it a little bit more straightforward. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 7. Yeah, we've got enough for that. Oh, we'll put that here so that it's a little easier. 7 to here. See. Oh, the Crayola swatches are coming out so well. This is going to be such a helpful resource. She says, watch me as I like never use it or something like that. See. I've drawn all these season and they look kind of weird, so now I'm like going back and touching them up and I'm just like, what happened to you? Who did this to you? Ah, dear. Okay, so it's 7, 8, 9, 11. 7, 8, 9, and 11. 12, 13, 14. 12, 13, 14. Oh, another question. Whose favorite number is their birthday? Like, whose favorite number is like the day they were born, kind of a thing. That's another question. And versus whose favorite number is not the day they were born. There we go. Sorry for the major reply delay. Oh no. 14, 15. Ooh, because I've got, like, my favorite number is my birthday. Rachel's favorite number is her birthday. So I'm just like, interesting. Vaughn's favorite number is not his birthday, though. $77 and $79. Oh, you don't have a favorite number? What? Yay, 11. Yay. Oh yeah, 100%. Like, it's just like, I feel like some people, maybe they just pick their favorite number because it is their birthday, but I don't think it's like necessarily it doesn't necessarily have to be the reason. Like, the reason that I like 11 is because I like 1, 1. I like doubles effectively. So like, I like 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. I think 2, 2 is fun because it sounds like a real thing. And then Vogel's favorite number is 25. He quite likes that one. Vaughn, Vaughan. Most people forget the second A. Vaughan. There we go. 13. Beautiful pink, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And 14. This looks like a little like lipstick swatch, I swear. Which is quite cute. And 16. Like part of me wishes that I had have done this more as like a, you know, types of pink in different places kind of thing. So it's like all of the vintage pinks, all of the bright pinks, all of the, but then I also know that that would have just become like way too much of a task, because then I'd spend all of this time being like, oh, are you a dusty pink or are you a vintage pink? Something stupid like that. It would have just taken way too much. Bye, Megumi. Thank you for being here. Bye. 77. I know lipstick doesn't need to be pink, but it still looks like a lipstick swatch. There we go. That's been cute. And we've got then the browns and then the greys. Now the browns, it looks like a very odd bunch here because like we've got this kind of like yellow color because of the lies. 12 is an excellent number for that reason, yes. And like, you know, like 6 and 2 and 3 and 4. It's just very nice. Nice, easy number. 24 for the same reason. Like just nice, easy number. But then you get things like 23, which is not as easy to deal with. 86, 84, 88, 85, 82, 82, 82, 82, 82. This one's 87, so that goes like up here. Do we have an 88? Yeah, we had an 88. 83 and 78 and 79. Nope, 90. What was 79? I don't remember what 79 was in terms of a color. Our brown page is looking like kind of woeful. Like, make a color wheel for each group and then put them in an order you think they should go in. I could, yeah, that'd be kind of like, you know, something to do, but you know, it's not a today me problem, that's a future Jess problem. Favorite number is 10. 10's a good number too. Let's see. I mean, like, I don't think there are necessarily any bad numbers, to be completely honest. I've said that. I'm just like, oh, that was an odd thing to say. 6, 9, 10, 11. Ooh, what an excellent number. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 79, 10, 11. Yeah, excellent. 8 is a cute number. 8 looks like it's wearing a belt. Like, the fact that it took me that long to think of the word belt is just like sad. Yeah, prime numbers are cute too. Like, I think that like there's a lot of different ways that numbers can be special, and that's why I think that like numbers are all kind of special. Like, let's see, 78, and then 80, then 82, and 83. And 84. Dun 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 dun. 89, and then it's 90. Awesome. 78. There we go. That's cute. Because, yeah, I think my brother's favorite number is possibly 8. I don't know. It's been a while since I asked him. But he's born on the 8th of the 8th. So, like, it would make sense. Like, 82. Oh, what a nice brown. Even though the cap color doesn't make it look like a brown. It makes it look like lies. But that's fine. fine. Who needs colors to match up with their cap lids? Literally everybody, please help us. $85 and $86. Wait, what? 87. Okay, I said 86, but that's because I said it as I put it down, and then I got confused. I was like, oh no, have I stuffed this up? I mean, like, probably somewhere. That's okay. As long as the general essence of the page is what it should be, then everything is fine. I'm glad that yours was spot on, yeah, because mine just do not match at all, which, I don't know. Is that a similar thing that people have said that they have experienced with the Crayolas? I think that I've seen a few people mention it, but I'm like, yeah, I just feel lied to. It's just not the business. Using my body dances like head, shoulders. Splat. Alrighty, you're 100. You're 91. You're 96. You're 99. You're 100. You're 95. 97. 97. 100. 94. 95, 94, 92, 92, 98, 93, 98. There we go. Okay, so this should be like 10. What? This one is weird because the cap is like almost metallic, but it's not a metallic pen. It's a little bit strange. 3, 6, 9, 10. Wrong page. That was almost a disaster, but it's fine. We're moving on. Ready? 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to do 91, 92. I think that's all just the 90s, right? Well, yeah. 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, and 98, 99, and 100. Gorge. Oh, beautiful. I like it. It's the most annoying thing when your blacks don't match. Like, yeah, like when you've got like a black with a kind of like red undertone, or a black with a blue undertone, or when the black marker just does not look black, like it's like a dark gray or something similar to that. I'm like, yeah, I didn't really want that in my pen. I really wish that you were a little bit more punchy. I like my black pens to be black, quite. I had someone send me I think it was called like a pilot sign pen, and it's absolutely excellently black. I mean, it's too thick a nib to really use in most situations, but it is gorgeous. I am very pleased with the quality of that black pen. There we go. These are all looking super cute. What happened? Colin lost audio and then he saw you missed. Oh no. There we go. 98. India ink is black but messy. Yeah, messy. I completely agree. What's actually quite fun to do is if you get like a piece of, usually like we would use filter paper, but like some kind of like thinner paper, and you put some black ink on it. If I get a piece of paper and I kind of show you what I mean, not to actually do it here and now, but just as a show and tell type thing. Hi. Anyways, so you get a piece of paper, and like let's just say that this was your piece of paper, right? And you put like little spots of black ink along the bottom with a variety of different black pens, and then you need to dip it into water so the water doesn't quite come up to the black pen. It's like sits below it. So like you could put it in a jar, or you could put it in like a little cup or something, and just like hang the paper over the edge, kind of a thing. You know, obviously then the jar would sit here. And then as the water soaks up through the paper, it separates the inks out into their different colors. There we go. Rebecca knows what's going on, but it's something that I used to do with my kids when we did a kind of like forensic science unit, which was a lot of fun. And it's just really pretty. It's worth giving it a go if you haven't done it before. But yeah, it is called chromatography, but it's a bit of fun. Anywho, we'll put that away. Well, team, we have done the Crayolas and everything is looking absolutely excellent. So we've got our grays looking beautiful. We've got our browns. We've got our pinks. Oof. We have our purples. Lovely. I like that it kind of like goes through from magenta to magenta. And if anybody's wondering, if you've watched it up until this point and you're like, why does she keep calling it magenta? I know it's not magenta. I just like it being called magenta. And then the blue's looking beautiful. And then we've got the greens, which we now have another column for, which I'm going to have to put like more columns on all the pages. And the yellow, I love it. And the orange and the red. So we have done, we've done this. Love it. We've done the Crayolas, which was a mish because they're all like mismatched caps. The nice part is that things like the Stettlers actually have names and numbers. The Karens have names and numbers, so that should be good. The Faber-Castells technically have numbers. Calligraphs have names. But team, we've been here for 3 hours and 15 minutes. So I think we're going to have to call it here. But if you would like to see another pen swatching where we go through maybe, say, all of these guys that I have and possibly all of my acrylographs and all of my calligraphs, then make sure that you give the video a thumbs up. Otherwise, like, did you even like being here? Oh my gosh. Give it a thumbs up to let me know that you want to see another one, and we will do another one at some point. Next week, though, we're going to be doing a washi de-stash, so make sure you come back for that. Anywho, team, have a fabulous rest of your day, and I will talk to you next time.